Okay, what's good, everybody? Hustler and Muscular here, going live once again to bring y'all an interesting show. And boy, do we have a lot to talk about today. Okay, I think I'll give it a couple of seconds to get some people to actually come on the stream this time. Just gonna wait for more people to show up before I go talking about today's topic or topics. So give me a second. And I'm back. Once again, Hustler and Muscular here coming to y'all live. And you know what I do? Give you the truth straight out the booth, hit it out the park like Babe Ruth. That's what I do. Back at it again. I had some audio issues earlier. And by the way, I know that streaming and stopping this bullshit is getting old, but just bear with me here, folks. Okay. Now today's topic, well, for the first topic of the day, we're going to talk about how men are not protecting women anymore. Now, as we all know, you got a lot of women out here getting on their high horse about why men don't protect women anymore. Men don't protect women anymore. Well, in my opinion, we start protecting women because women have changed so much to the point where they're not even worth a damn. They're not worth protecting. Nowadays, you got so many women that want to be strong, be independent. They want to be better than a man, this, that, the third. So what makes you think that they're even worth protecting? You want a man to protect you, you have to have a higher level of femininity to complement a man's masculinity. Yeah, that's how that works. You have to have mass femininity to complement a man's masculinity. And here are some things to address when it comes to this whole men protecting women. I could think of 3 reasons why we don't protect our women anymore. The first reason is this. You know the old saying, no protection without correction? Yeah, that's the first issue. In other words, if a woman is not going to cooperate with a man, get on his program and abide by his standard, what business does she have protecting him from anything, honestly? And the second thing is this. Women need to make men feel safe. How can a woman make a man feel safe? Don't be going out here getting yourself in bad situations, being reckless or whatever, forcing a man to put his life on the line for you. Don't be going out here getting yourself in trouble, expecting the man to just lay down his life for you. You have to take accountability for the fact that you're being reckless, you're being wrong, and don't put a man out there like that. In other words, put it like this. As men, we want damsels in distress, not a bunch of dumbasses in distress. And there's way too many of them to even count. And the third thing is this. Women today want to be like men. They want to talk like men, work like men, rack up a body count like a man, climb the corporate ladder like a man. So it's to the point where we have to look at women as equals And you know, if women want to be equal to men, hopefully they're willing to fight like a man. Because if something go down out here, if I'm hanging around a woman and something go down, and somebody threaten us, I'm putting on my Conor McGregor box UFC gloves, and she going to put on her Layla Ali boxing gloves, because if something go down, we fighting together. Plain and simple. We either gonna fight together or we gonna go down fighting together. Plain and simple. You want to be equal to me as a man, and somebody attack us or whatever. As a woman, you better not be on no bullshit like, oh, it's your job to protect me. You're a man. Sweetheart, you the one that want to fucking be equal to me. You're the one talking about we're equals, but when it comes down to it, you don't want to bear equal responsibility as a man? No, we're gonna fight together, plain and simple. Somebody attack us, we fighting together, plain and simple. That's the way that works. How you gonna protect a woman that's basically belligerent, disrespectful, and wants to be just like a man? They're not worth it. At the end of the day, women in this day and age are just not worth protecting. That's just the way that goes. Our women today are just not worth protecting. I mean, we've already had some situations. People remember that woman that got hit in the head with a brick. Talking about some dude, she rejected some dude. He just whacked upside the head with a brick. Okay, that didn't make a lot of sense to happen. First of all, ain't nobody gonna whack you upside the head with a brick just for saying no to them. And second of all, why the fuck you out there recording shit if your ass is really in any kind of danger? And why are you calling out if men and women are supposed to be so fucking equal, why are you calling them out for not protecting you? So yeah, we all know the story about that damn brick lady. It's just crazy. We all know what happened with her. I'm thinking to myself, okay, why don't you take your ass to the goddamn hospital instead of being out here worrying about what these men are doing? Go out there and get yourself some help instead of worrying about what these men are doing. It's just mind-boggling. But yeah, women in this day and age are just not worth protecting anymore. The only kind of women we should be protecting are our women. Your mom, your sisters, your wife, your female cousins. That's a different story. But society has made men feel like they are obligated to protect every single woman. You see someone being attacked in the street, you got to go save her. No, I ain't put my life on the line for her monkey ass. I had a guy tell me that one of his best friends lost his life protecting a woman. He got shot in the back twice by, I guess the girl's, I guess the woman's male friend or whatever, because he was trying to play Superman and save her. And it blows me how we see the repercussions of men being either losing their livelihood or worse, losing their lives trying to protect American women. But yet we still push the narrative. Further proof that society sees us men as nothing but disposable commodities and attack dogs, not fucking human beings. And it's bullshit. It's just total bullshit. If I'm going to protect a woman, you better cooperate with me, get on my standards, get on my program, and don't be out there bringing danger upon yourself. Second of all, we're not equal. I'm possibly stronger than you, faster than you. So if I got to protect you, I want to have some sort of dominion over how we do things. That's the way it's going to have to be. You can't protect what you can't control. And by control, I don't mean control you. I mean control the situations. If I say, don't go over there, is something happen over there, you sit your ass down and listen to what I got to say. You gonna sit your ass down. You ain't going out there like that. No, that ain't happening. Ugh, people outside. But anyways, how do you protect what you cannot control? The answer is simple. You don't. So if a man is not gonna, so if a woman can't abide by man's standards, she's not worth protecting. Why would you want to protect a female that's belligerent, disrespectful, impulsive, and not gonna listen to you? Seriously, what the hell? So yeah, that's my take on the whole why men are not protecting women anymore. Now, as usual, I got a couple of videos to show y'all to further insinuate my point even further. Give me a second. All right, here we go with the first one. And this video is entitled Black Women Coop in Tears after feminist brick lady gets exposed on GoFundMe. Yep, that's what happened. Okay, here we go. And shout out to this YouTuber, the Dating Right. Check out his channel, subscribe to his content. He puts out good stuff. All right, fair use, fair use.
Scammed again. Rhoda Osman, the brick lady, appears to be a scammer that uses victimhood to create GoFundMes. Her first incident was in 2020.
Wow.
But I've seen that the updates. Some people are saying that it's a hoax.
It is.
She made it up. She was just had an allergic reaction, and apparently,
yeah, from what I understand, they put some stuff on her face that causes it to bulge up like that. I don't know, some bullshit like that. I don't know.
She's done this before in the past. There's video evidence of her doing it in the past as well.
I'm just gonna say, I'm not saying that she's lying, but it's just weird to me. Someone hit me with a brick, I'm going to the police. Someone's going to videotape that. If you not help me videotape for sure.
Before it came.
That's a good point. You should have took your ass to the goddamn police or went to the hospital. Instead of sitting there recording it.
Out that this whole entire situation was a complete lie, right? And I just
well, it finally looks like
I'm seriously considering YouTube Premium at this point because I'm tired of watching ads and I'm trying to watch a damn video through and through. But here we go again. Fair use, fair use.
It's like the brick lady saga is coming to an end. And I must say, just like they say women turn into FBI agents when it's time to find out things about men, it looks like men have turned into FBI agents and have cracked this Brickgate case. But I gotta hand it to her. She pulled the scam of 2023.
She scammed us. She lied, just like Carly Russell. All you simps and panders is out there going at black men, trying to get us to put ourselves out there for a black woman that we ain't related to, or we ain't putting that meat to. Oh, y'all tripping. That's what y'all sound like to me. Research over me search. Let's get into it. There's still people that believe this story. She has multiple videos up of her having a similar allergic reaction. She has multiple GoFundMe with similar incidents. And her friend, they say she a scammer. There's no police report. The owner of the restaurant said that's not on film. There's no blood after the damn brick. Come on, guys. We are CSI social media investigators, and we graduated from YouTube University. How y'all gonna call out us on our investigation? That's...
This appears to be a video made by Rose showing you all her after visit summary, her police report.
Wow.
It's showing that she did have an emergency room visit.
By the way, people, I do not believe this is a police report. Anybody can print out a police letterhead, but who's going to write caliber in a purple marker? Show the full police report, especially in the next clip. I'm going to show you guys a video.
Yeah, that's something to think about. There was no police report. From what I understand, there was no police report that she filed. And the funny thing is, why the hell did she stay up there recording when she should have just took her ass to the goddamn hospital? That's something I couldn't get across, but it is what it is.
Of the police having no record of this report.
I mean, shouldn't we be looking for an assailant? Is he black? Is he white? Is he tall? Is he skinny? That should be something you're releasing to the public to warn other women. With all those people out there in Houston, are you telling me that you guys haven't received any calls about someone being assaulted? Can't you tell me that much?
No, ma'am. This is the first time I actually hearing about that. I don't have social media.
If this happened, then
well, goddamn. So the Queen of Accountability has confirmed what something that been saying. I won't say her name, but we all know who the Queen of Accountability is. And they confirmed that there was no police report filed by this woman as far as her being attacked with a brick. So nobody knew about this. So yeah, this is just crazy. Anyways, fair use, fair use.
Public and a bunch of people called you guys, you would be able to tell me that yes, you received a lot of calls about the incident. It's being investigated. You would be able to tell me that much, correct?
Yeah, I mean, if she made a report, then yeah, it would be investigated.
And the only way I think she could have got away with this and it played better is if she didn't actually target and blame black men. Maybe for her, she should have lied on the Muslim or Somalian men and let those guys go dig it up and figure it out. But when she said black men wouldn't protect her and other black women joined that feminist parade, when black men was like, you know what, no, enough of this. We're going to go dig into this and see if she's lying. A lot of black men did take this personal, just like Deion Sanders did this weekend facing Nebraska.
It's personal. The nurse.
You're damn right it's personal. And y'all wonder why we don't protect our women anymore? When you got women like this scamming people, making people look bad, trying to play victimhood, what more can we do? Honestly, I reached a point where I just can't believe anything a woman tells me anymore. I'm at the point where I expect less, but at the same time, I'm going to hope for the best. That's the best thing you can do in a situation like that, honestly. Because to me, it's just crazy. And by the way, she made a couple of, as we all know, this woman made a couple of videos talking about men are not protectors, women are the protectors. Oh, God almighty. And then when she get attacked with a brick, at least that's what allegedly happened. Yeah, now she's wondering why men are not coming to the rescue. You know damn well why we're not protecting you anymore. You say you don't need us. You say you're better than us. So what the hell we got? Why should we have to protect y'all? Seriously. Anyways, fair use, fair use.
From the alleged hospital was not a hospital. It was a clinic. And this is what she had to say.
So she went to a clinic instead of a hospital.
Yes, she came in to get the saline extracted from the side of her face, which means she never got hit with a brick. She injected saline into her face.
Okay, so she was never hit with a brick. Instead, she had some saline coming out of her face. Are you effing serious? Hold on a second here. Okay. So she was never hit in the face with a brick. Oh, man.
Create the lump. That's why she wore the ski mask. So y'all
wait, hold on a minute. Long video, but I don't give a fuck because I'm mad. Mad about what? Oh, okay. She got hit with a brick because she said no to a man asked for a number. That's bullshit. Ain't nobody gonna knock you upside your head just because you rejected him. Men are not that damn crazy. Something must have happened. You must have did something. And it's a crying shame that anytime a woman is a victim, first thing I want to do is believe her. This whole believe all women culture is what's fucking it up for people. Woman becomes a victim, it's believe her, but let it be a man. Are people going to jump to his rescue? No, they're not. They're going to say some stupid shit like, oh, he must have did something to make her mad. What did he do? Men are not given that same kind of leeway. So yeah, that's what's messed up about the whole thing. Men are not given the same leeway as women are. But anyways, fair use, fair use. Let's go back to this brick lady.
Look, that she created. And don't forget, she's in the medical field, so she has access to saline. Anyway, let's finish reading. She claimed it was a botched beauty treatment.
A botched beauty treatment. Ain't that about some shit?
That's definitely our med check, not the hospital. She must have filmed that little clip while waiting on the nurse after asking her to put on the gown. And y'all fell for this. Y'all fell for this. That woman lying for money.
And here's another thing. You know what? Do y'all know when y'all watch these movies or TV shows and somebody gets knocked unconscious or they fall unconscious or whatever the fuck, they wake up several minutes, hours, maybe even days in the hospital? Why didn't that happen with this woman? How the fuck she get hit with a brick and somehow she recovers and starts filming it instead of waking up several minutes in the hospital? Like you see in those crazy movies, and yes, it happens in real life too. You got people that fall down, hurt themselves, they black out, they wake up in the hospital. It happens. So why didn't she wake up in the hospital? How the fuck is she fully conscious and self-aware after being knocked upside the face with a brick? That's so something about that didn't quite add up. She should have been on her way to the hospital while unconscious. And the fact that there was still people standing around there, that's also mind-boggling. Everybody would have dipped. Somebody should have called the police, called for help or something, and then leave the scene out there. But there's still people. It was still people around there after she done got knocked with a brick. I'm like, whoa. And she wondered why the men didn't protect her. What the fuck you want them to do? You said men were not providers and protectors. The ladies are. So how come the ladies didn't come and help your ass? But anyways, fair use, fair use.
Go to her Instagram. You see the other video where she did the same shit in 2020.
Now, people have counter arguments to what she has shown, but let me finish reading what she stated. I don't owe you guys proof, especially you vile, hateful monsters, profiting and taunting a victim of severe violence. A police report was made, an investigation is ongoing, and I am indeed long physical fight healing with lots of upcoming appointments. Please stop contributing to making this mental struggle as well. I'm heartbroken and disgusted. Sorry, guys, it was blurry.
Me and my team just uncovered years of her getting mysteriously injured and then asking for money after. In 2020, she claims she got beat up, garnered almost $5,000. This is taken from her Facebook page, May 2022. Claims that she's injured and very subtly not.
Okay, hold on. Let me see
so
this.
Subtly.
She said, list of recent injuries last month. I got attacked and maced by a man. Oh my God. I fell down an escalator, injured my back and couldn't walk for days. My toenail popped off. Your toenail popped off. Really? You call that an injury? I mean, I know it hurts like hell to have a toenail being taken off, but come on. Seriously? Excruciating pain. My tooth got chipped. Okay. My bank account has. Your bank account was hacked. What the fuck is that about? It's a list of injuries. How the fuck is your bank account being attacked, being hacked, qualify as a damn injury? What the fuck is that shit? Oh my God. Look at this list of injuries, and one of them is toenail popped off and her bank account was hacked. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Honestly, come on, man. Come on now, man. Yes. This is just crazy. Hell, man. And this also says a friend of 12 years betrayed and discarded me. I lost a fellowship I know I deserve. Precious items were stolen. What this guy do with any injuries? What the fuck this guy do with any goddamn injuries? Now you had to say recent events. That would have made more sense, but you said injuries and you put all this in here. Diagnosed with diabetes and the flare. Okay. It's my son's birthday, yada, 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 whatever. I don't see what your bank account being hacked has to do with anything, but okay. Fair use, fair use.
She needs money for her son's birthday. Literally 1 month later, she is seen asking for money again to fund a research project she's doing. Jump to February 2023. Here she is claiming she experienced violence at the hands of a white woman 1 month later.
At the hands of a white woman. What the fuck did she do? So she has a history of setting up all these GoFundMes, getting injured, setting up all these GoFundMes or whatever, antagonizing people for whatever reason. And y'all still believe she's a victim in all this? Seriously? Oh my God.
Claiming more hardships and trauma. Fast forward to now, she has garnered $50,000. You guys are believing this woman based off of the dude in the glasses who was proven to not even be in the same state as her at the time, but also came out saying that she does this a lot. More coming soon. Thank you.
There are still women out there that saying, even though she lied, she's still a black woman. We need to.
She's still a black woman, yeah. And so what's your point?
Help her. They are still trying to help her. Even
so, a woman lies got a history of scamming people, and yet y'all still want us to pitch in and help her. Seriously? You know she's gonna do this bullshit again if y'all help her, right? Y'all are aware that she gonna do this bullshit again in the event that nobody holds her accountable for what she is doing. Oh my God. This is ridiculous. You want our protection, but you don't want to take accountability for whatever fuckery you put yourself in. And you don't do the damn work to keep yourself safe, which involves not antagonizing people or getting in people's faces. Honestly, what's the world come to now? But anyways, fair use, fair use.
Even though they know she's a fraud.
I am so pissed right now.
Oh yeah,
that lady with the brick lied. Sat up there.
By the way, what's up with the damn bonnet? I'm just saying.
And lied on men. Thanks to these unqualified and freelance investigators and researchers on TikTok and YouTube, we now know the truth. If you go to this man's YouTube right now, he lays out all the facts. And check out these reputable websites. BX is reporting on it. This highly respected news website, lipstickalley.com, and this random Reddit poster have taken the time in between job searches to research this extensively and have discovered that this is a hoax. And these men are rightfully demanding an apology. All these women talking about their experience of violence at the hands of men, and the FBI and the government statistics showing that women are being harmed. That's what y'all are focused on? Because these men's TikTok pages, YouTube pages, and Reddit posts, we now know that this is a hoax. So that throws all those statistics and experiences out the window. So I want to personally humble myself and apologize to men.
No, ma'am, we will not accept your apology. It is customary. We have new rules now. You cannot apologize in a bonnet and with a nose ring. Take those items off, then apologize.
That's kind of what I said.
And apologize to men. Because even though if she's lying or not lying, the conversation was centered around the protection of women and the fear that women experience.
Y'all remember Brickgate, right?
Yes.
Well, there's been an update. But first, I just want to say, I know I haven't really been on TikTok that much ever since hearing about this news and seeing how like people have responded to it, especially Black men. It's really kind of made me depressed and sad. And I was thinking like, I've lost all faith in humanity, the way people were responding. And it's like being a Black woman is just, it's like our lives aren't important. And I was saying like,
who says anything about your lives are not important? Nobody said that your lives are not important. We're just not going to waste our lives trying to save the lives of people that don't care about their own lives. Say that 5 times fast.
Maybe we need to start Black women's lives matter, because fortunately, like if it's a Black male, everybody.
Black lives matter.
Come to defense. They're swimming in the. Fortunately, like if it's a Black male, everybody comes to defense. They're swimming in.
Everybody comes to defense of a Black male. Who the fuck? No, they don't. They come to defense of a Black woman. Nobody cares what men go through. Only what women go through. So that's a lie right there.
In the ocean, and they're throwing hats in the air, and the bat signal.
You're referring to that damn brawl fest that took place. You're referring to that brawl fest that took place at the Alabama Harbor or whatever, where the guy jumped into the pool and swam his way to the other side. Okay, that was freaking hilarious. Oh my God. So yeah, it was a Black guy taking on it was a Caucasian man getting in the face of a Black security guard, and a bunch of Blacks came to his rescue. Well, that's one of the few times you're gonna see a man getting help. He's gonna get help from other men. But he's not going to get help from anybody else. Society doesn't give a fuck about us men. So he's most likely going to get some help, but not from society, maybe from other men, but not from society. We're told to just man up, bulk up, and deal with the shit. But anyways, fair use.
Everybody comes, but when it's a Black woman, it's crickets. But
no, when it's a Black woman, everybody coming to the goddamn rescue.
unfortunately, I've been hearing things now. I just got on TikTok today because I haven't literally been on the app for like a good 5 days because I just was just so tired and stressed and just sad about the whole outcome of everything and like what is the point, you know? But I've seen that the update. Some people are saying that it's a hoax and that she's made it up. She was just had an allergic reaction and apparently she's done this before in the past. There's video evidence of her doing it in the past as well. Apparently she scammed people out of 41K doing a GoFundMe. And I don't really know if this is all true or not. I haven't really
Well, it's been confirmed that it's all true.
Did any super duper research because I honestly couldn't care less.
This lady does care. She did a series of TikTok videos last week defending this woman and all Black women. And I think this lady is a little embarrassed because now she got egg on her face.
But
yeah, she does. She found out it was all a hoax, and now she feels some kind of way. Yep.
I just wanted to come on here, even if it was a scam and whatever. I still feel like Black women's lives don't matter as much as other people's lives.
Black women's lives don't matter. Who the fuck told you that? Our society is based entirely on protecting Black women. Not from us men, but they got the government, they got the law enforcement. Their feelings are always going to matter.
I feel like, but like on this totem pole, like it goes white men, white women, Black men, maybe Black women.
No, I thought Black women was ahead of Black men and doing better than Black men.
So Black women are excelling. They're getting accelerated degrees, graduate degrees, doctorate degrees. They're starting.
This says there's not enough eligible Black males who fit Black women's needs. You're right, there isn't. Because those needs are just based on delusion and not realism. It ain't so much that they don't, I mean, to a degree, there are some eligible Black men out there. They just don't fit the needs of Black women because those eligibilities are just too unrealistic. They're based in delusion and not so much reality. Plain and simple. All right, fair use.
Businesses. Black women are running circles around men.
You used a personal loan to remodel your house.
And to her point, yep, they're right. They're running circles around us men in the corporate world. So what use do we have for them? What can we do? What can we do with a woman that they'd rather go to work a corporate job, work 9 to 5 hours every day instead of sitting at home being a traditional wife? What the fuck can we do with those kind of people? We can't do too much with them. Anyways, here we go. Fair use.
You know what I mean? And it's just like
you're still defending her.
Sad
honestly.
And disheartening. Literally, I haven't even been wanting to make videos. I haven't been wanting to do anything. I just want to lay in bed and just rot because I'm just so tired of it. So tired. I'm not going to cry. Sorry, I'm not going to cry. Anyway. It's just it's just a hard fact about life. Just being born in this skin and being this gender. It's just.
You make it seem like being a Black woman is the hardest thing in the world. Golly, the exaggeration is just ridiculous. She make it seem like being a woman is the hardest thing in the world, despite all the special privileges that they get and the protection they got from the government and the legal system. Honestly, Jesus Christ.
It's hard. It's hard to deal with. It's stressful. And then plus being plus size on top of that is just
plus size. Oh my God. What does being plus size have to do with anything? Jesus Christ. It makes
it 10 times worse.
So you're saying plus size women have it worse? So you're telling me plus size women have it worse than thin women, thick women? I don't get it. Talking about plus being plus size. And on top of that is plus size, or it's 10 times worse. Are you fucking serious? So you're telling me being plus size, you're telling me that plus size women have it harder than slim women? Well, to a degree they do. But what does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with protecting women? Or in this case, that woman with the brick. What they got to do with anything? What does your size got to do with anything? Oh, by the way, shout out to you, Bronze Bird. What's the word? The things you say, totally absurd. Oh, yeah. Nice of you to drop by, bro. Nice of you to drop by. How's your homegirl, Miss Mona, treating you? Please tell me she's treating you good. Because if she ain't, I'm going to come out there and give her a piece of my mind. That's what I do. You damn right I'm on my red pill shit. Okay. Now back to the video. Talking about plus your plus size, that's 10 times worse. You act like plus size bras have it worse than thin women. Oh my God. Fair use.
And I'm not conventionally attractive. That makes it worse. I guess I'm just using today as a video diary. If you guys are still here,
a video diary or just a cry for help? Or just a bench of frustrations? I wonder.
Those of you.
This is a prime example that a lot of women need to be in therapy. Just like Kevin Samuels would always recommend a lot of ladies go to therapy.
So I just want to do another update in my final video on this brick lady situation, because the video that I posted before about the witness being a lie, I made that video before it came out that this whole entire situation was a complete lie. Right. And I just, man, I really think people like Ro, Brick Lady, Carly Russell, like people that do things for attention, I really think it's a mental illness. There has to
I could have told you that.
Be some sort of mental illness that's taking place, because what person in their right mind would go to such lengths, okay, to, I don't know if her motive was money, attention. She,
I say a little bit of both. She wanted money. She wanted attention. I mean, she filmed it, so it's safe to say she wanted some attention. And she had a GoFundMe. She has a past history of starting GoFundMes and shit. So I say it's safe to say she wanted both money and attention. But anyways, fair use.
This is something that she's done before. So still, I mean, it's absolutely mind-boggling. And this is why you will always hear me say social media is entertainment. It's not real. Like the things that we see up here, is just not real. People have their lives. We never know what that young lady's going through that would have her, that would make her want to put on these such big, elaborate scams, honestly.
Well, regardless of what problem she's going through, there's no excuse to be going around here scamming people, right? Why should we give this woman leeway to go around here scamming people? But yet, if it was a man suffering or whatever, he did this shit, y'all would drag his ass through the goddamn mud. Again, by not holding her accountable, you're only giving her more of an incentive to continue doing shit like this. And I won't be surprised if sometime in a couple of months, maybe going to next year, she does this shit again. But anyways, fair use.
For money or attention, like I said, whatever the motive is, we don't know what is going on in this lady's head, in her real, authentic life, for her to sit up here on social media and do something like this.
So about Brick Lady, obviously I'm not Black, but obviously this is not just a Black community problem. This is an all men under patriarchal indoctrination problem. You want to know why?
Why?
Do you know where common sense comes from?
You tell.
Emotional intelligence.
Oh, here we go with the old emotional intelligence bullshit. Let's see what she has to say.
Speaking as a sociologist,
yeah, and sociologist, whatever the fuck you are, I don't care. Speak.
Logical researcher and government-trained victim advocate.
By the way, any female that wants to start a conversation with her job position or her degrees or whatever, something is up. She's gonna get She's gonna come in there with some sort of belligerent type energy. Let's hear what she has to say.
15 years. Common sense is emotional intelligence. Without emotional intelligence, you have no common sense. You know how orcas have been attacking boats because capitalism isn't very mindful.
Women will start talking around about and start talking about all kind of foolishness, except for just strictly apologizing.
Right.
Could we Bobby be right for you?
Fair use, fair use.
I'm not saying that she's lying, but it's just weird to me. Someone hit me with a brick, I'm going to the police.
Good idea.
Someone's going to videotape that. If you not help me videotape for sure.
And that should have been the first clue that men noticed. Why didn't this lady call 911 and put the police on this man? That's
correct. That's what I said. You got a brick the size of a football coming out of your goddamn face, and yeah, you out here filming with your camera phone and then posting that shit on social media. I mean, she went to the hospital eventually, but even there, she was still filming it. I'm like, why? Shouldn't you be more concerned with your face? Like you got a freaking alien coming out of your face? Shouldn't you be more concerned with that? Instead of trying to get likes on Facebook, TikTok, whatever the fuck's y'all use nowadays. Shouldn't you be more concerned with that? Oh, man. Anyways, fair use.
When a lot of women started to notice that something was off about this. Black women love to put the police on black men. That's when we should have known something was up. She would have went to the police, making them do a sketch composite of this suspected black man and all. She would have went on social media crying for the FBI to get involved with her saline brick to the face.
Yeah.
No one saw. No one knows the guy. You didn't press.
And from what I understand, no one saw her actually get hit. So I guess they came during the aftermath.
I don't know.
Y'all didn't tell me it was a video that was in 2022 of her doing the same thing. See, when the talking points came out.
Exactly. So when you got a history of doing bullshit like this, it makes you question your more recent events. If you got a history of stealing and something come up missing, who the fuck they gonna point at? The guy with a history of stealing. You got a history of antagonizing people, and then something like this happened. You think they're gonna believe your ass? No. And I get it that there are some people out there that just ruthlessly attack people, but this woman here, well, not her, okay, maybe not her, but the brick lady has a history of antagonizing people, getting in people's faces, and started these old GoFundMes just because she wants money. She's a freaking scammer. She has a history of doing this, so we have to assume she's going to do this again in the near future. So that's my only take on it. Fair use, fair use.
Y'all was comparing a skit that I had already saw with men participating in the video. Now, I guess people.
And you see how she's showing her medical records going.
Okay, so they do have some medical records of her. Okay. Reasons for visit, facial injury. Y'all can see this. Diagnosis, trauma. Test completed. Created upon a doc device. Okay.
But we still don't see no police report.
Yeah, we see where she went to the hospital. Yeah. But where's the goddamn police report?
Because that's where I would give her credit for being smart at. I think she learned from the Carly Russell situation. If she went to the police and filed a false report, that's where she knew she can get into some big trouble.
That's a good point. Because Carly Russell didn't file no police report. No police report was ever filed for her. She knew if she filed a police report, she was going to get into a whole mess of trouble. She knew it. And the thing about it is, when Carly Russell by now should have taught us that you can't just believe everything that you hear. You know, you can't just believe everything that these women say. Because look at Carly Russell, little messed up situation. Here we thought this chick was kidnapped, held hostage. But then when all the evidence came together, it turns out there was no child on the expressway. She was never kidnapped. Instead, her monkey ass went off the grid for a couple of days just to get back at her allegedly cheating boyfriend. That's all it really was. A hoax to get back at her cheating boyfriend. She was seen walking through the neighborhood, you know, as if nothing had happened. And I guess by the time she got to her side, she tried to make it seem like she was dazed, confused, or whatever, like she just escaped from somewhere. Okay, need I remind you that these neighborhoods got cameras? And I don't know about y'all, but my house got one of those doorbell cameras that can pick up a person's motion and take a snapshot of you. So somebody would have seen your monkey ass walking through the neighborhood unharmed or whatever, unscathed, just prancing around like nothing happened. Somebody would have seen that. So that's what she probably got caught up at. And when she finally made it home, they want everybody to just stop the investigation, stop, well, not only call up the search, but stop looking further into this and just believe her when they say she's okay. Honestly, what the hell? Believe all women, they say. Everything a woman says is true, they say. Well, that chick lied, and now this chick is lying. Seriously. This is what a Houston police report would look like, but that's not what happened. She never filed a police report.
So I think she's coming out of hiding now just to show this fake paperwork, maybe, just so people won't come after her. Whole fund me. And shout out to Lovely.
Whole fund me. That's a good one. Anyways, the link is pinned up top. So y'all want to come up and speak your piece on this stuff so far? Just feel free to do so. Anyways, fair use. Okay, video's almost done. Fair use.
T for that whole fund me comment.
Go fund me to whole fund me. Whole fund me. That's a good one.
Did she already get the money from Whole Fund Me yet? Because she know that's what people are gonna come after and try to stop her from getting now.
And from what I understand, when you start a GoFundMe, you don't reach your goal, you have to give that money back.
Because she definitely don't deserve it. She should still be arrested and charged. But anyways, that's all I got in this video. Don't forget to hit that.
All right. Well, that's the end of that video. But damn, y'all wonder why we don't protect our women anymore. When you got people, when you got women like this brick lady, Raw, or whatever the hell her name is, lying about being attacked, lying about, you know, somebody hit her upside the head with a brick, and then got a history of scamming people. What the hell are we supposed to do? And 9 times out of 10, these same females who want men to protect them because they're in some sort of trouble, they probably got a history of doing this. So yes, sometimes your past does matter. It may not matter all the time, but it's something you do have to consider, because sometimes your past can lead to a very dark future. So the fact that she has a history of antagonizing people lets me know something is wrong with that situation right there. Yeah, it's crazy. Again, shout out to my buddy Bronzeberg. But yeah, that's just crazy. And this is why we're just fed up with it at this point. We're not trying to protect women that have no consideration for their own physical safety. Instead, they just expect a man to just jump in front of her and come to the rescue, jump in front of a bullet. They expect protection from any and every man just because they're that men, not understanding that, hey, these men probably got family. These men probably got friends. These men don't know anything about the situation. And they're so quick to believe anything and everything a woman says. They believe Carly Russell when she got kidnapped, even after evidence came out. From what I understand, she still got no time in jail. Seriously. Why do y'all need our protection when y'all got damn near the entire society of people protecting you from harm and danger? That's the thing I don't get. Why you need my protection when you got the law enforcement, you got the government, you got a whole lot of people on your side protecting you from whatever? So yeah. All right, now let me get my next video set up. Give me a second. All right, here's my next video. And this one, shout out to the Residual Impact, whatever this P stands for, podcast. Residual Impact Podcast. And this video is called, Should Men Be Expected to Protect Women That They Don't Know? Fuck no, they shouldn't. But let's see what these people have to say. Fair use, fair use.
If you are not dating us, if you're not having some sort of physical relationship to us, if you don't find us attractive, if you don't find us polite enough, kind enough, quiet enough, that our lives are not worth protecting.
You're damn right they're not. You're goddamn right they're not. You summed it up perfectly, sweetheart. You summed it up perfectly.
Is that what you're telling us?
Yes.
Is that the precedent you're setting?
Yes, absolutely. Okay, let's skip this intro. Okay, let's go to the channel.
A lot of talk going on lately about protect Black women. I get it. Trust me, I'm all for protecting Black women. As you guys have seen in that clip, though, there's been a lot of talk, especially recently, regarding stipulations against which men are down to protect Black women and whether or not it's someone they're attracted to, someone they're connected with, you know, so on and so forth. Like, that's really sparked a conversation on Twitter, on Instagram. Definitely, I've seen it all across YouTube and TikTok.
Who was there that did not help her when she was getting hit with the brick?
Y'all, I'm so violently
Okay, why is she not showing her face? But okay, let's see what she has to say.
angry right now.
I wonder
And
why.
unfortunately, I can't say all the things that I would like to say because I don't want to get this video taken down. But we really need to have a conversation about how respectability politics not only will never save us, of course, but also actively harms us and justifies the violence that we face.
Justifies the violence that we face. Okay. How many stories do you hear of women getting injured and beat up by men, and the first thing they want to do is go to the woman's rescue and take down the men? Seriously. So who's justifying harming anybody up in here? You're referring to that brick lady situation. It was a fucking scam. And she had a history of antagonizing people. We all know when women are injured or hurt by somebody, the first thing they want to do is go to the woman's aid. And if it's done by a man, first thing they're gonna do is get at that man, beat his ass. That's the first thing they're gonna want to do. The woman is the victim, is the perpetrator, as always. Let's continue.
I will say, though, very quickly that I appreciate social media because men on here will fully admit to being the pieces of human feces that they truly are.
Okay, so you're calling men human pieces of feces, or I can say it on my channel, human pieces of shit that they truly are. There you go right there. You know, the brick lady made this same mistake, and look what happened to her. Calling men out their names, and you wonder why we don't want to protect y'all anymore. Seriously.
But what scares me is the fact that they lack the self-awareness and understanding that they are that. So take what you will with that.
We lack the understanding to understand that we're pieces of shit. Oh my God. Oh man. This is ridiculous anyways. Fair use.
Honestly, like from the random man in Atlanta to this man right here who refused to protect a woman who was physically assaulted. So for context, a Black man hits on a Black woman, she cusses him out, rejects him, and he hits her with a brick. She's in the hospital currently, and this man that I just did said that he saw the whole thing, didn't do anything because he sees her as a troublemaker.
Well, we all learned right now that she's a troublemaker. Yeah. Turns out she was a troublemaker.
And this man fully admits in his video that if all of this were to happen once again, that he would do the same thing. Why? And I'm paraphrasing, because she's not a respectable woman.
You're damn
right.
right.
This ties into the.
You're damn right she's not. What respectable female has a history of setting up GoFundMes to get money out of people? What respectable woman goes out there antagonizing people? So yeah, she's not a respectable woman, not worth protecting. Plain and simple. Fair use.
The conversation that we were just having previously about the whole like sexy red shit and about how like respectability politics will never save us and whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. But honestly, I would go as far to say that like respectability politics actively harms us. It justifies the violence that Black women face.
justifies the violence that black women face with all the protection y'all get from the fucking government, law enforcement, and all that kind of shit. You talk about they justify the violence? Oh my Lord. I mean, come on. You can't be serious now. Justify the violence? And by the way, with that brick lady situation, you need to remind you that there was no police report being filed. None was filed. And yeah, y'all still view her as a victim. She has a history of doing GoFundMes and shit like that, and y'all still believe her? Unbelievable. This whole believe all women bullshit is really getting out of hand. But anyway, it's fair use.
And we see that all the time. It's literally riddled in his comment section. People are sitting here and being like, oh, I knew there was more to the story. What more is there to the story?
So you're telling me that extra details are not important. So you're telling me that during the investigation, as far as what happened, was not important. Instead, just believe the woman's words. That's all we have to go on. You know goddamn well the legal system doesn't work like that. And people speculated there was more to the story because think about this. Somebody hit you in the head. Like I said earlier, somebody hit you in the head with a brick. You're either going to be laid out unconscious and wake up several minutes, hours, days in the hospital. Or if you do regain consciousness, somehow, some way, you should call the damn police, get some medical attention. She didn't do that innately. No, she was on her phone recording herself. So the evidence was pretty right there. Some of that stuff was blatant in front of your fucking face that she was up to some bullshit. It was plain as day. Same thing with that Carly Russell situation. How the fuck you see a child on the expressway at 9, 10 o'clock at night? And if you've been on interstate expressways, you know it's dark as fuck out there. You can't see shit. So we knew right there that was something had to have been wrong. That's why it's important to let this stuff just play out, because sometimes what you see is not always what you'll get. But anyways, fair use.
There is no more to the story. She was hit in the face with a brick after this man catcalled her. And
catcalled her? From what I understand, well, what she said, she didn't want to give him his phone number. That ain't catcalling.
Getting sick and tired of people saying like, oh, well, I don't think she deserved to get hit with a brick.
And we agree she didn't deserve to get hit with a brick. If that's what happened. If she got hit with a brick, yeah, she did not deserve that. In that case, the man will be in the wrong. You don't attack people with foreign objects just because they reject you. Plain and simple. But that ain't what really happened here. But anyways, fair use.
But she also did ABCD.
It matters.
Obviously, you believe that she deserved to get hit with the brick because you're...
No, we're saying even though she got hit in the head with a brick, she didn't deserve that shit. But at the same time, she had no business antagonizing people. And have you forgotten she has a history of antagonizing people? Again, nobody is saying she deserves to get hit in the head with a freaking brick. We're just looking at her history and understanding that it led to this recent event. That's what we're doing. No one's condoning violence. We're just looking at the facts that are never whacked. Ugh. This is ridiculous. Okay, fair use.
Bringing up all of these examples in which she has done quote unquote wrongdoing as to imply that it was justified.
No one is justifying it once again. But we looked into her history and turns out she has a history of antagonizing people, so it needs to be called out for what it is. Damn.
It's so serious right now. And to the black women that are co-signing on this respectability nonsense, know that the only respectable woman is one that is no longer walking among us.
The only respectable woman is one no longer walking among us. What, you mean they're put in the ground or something? I don't get it.
I keep seeing y'all try to shame guys who said they wouldn't have stepped up either. And this is the funniest concept in the world because we see it every day, just never from women, so we can't really call it out. Because they think if they were men, they would have cut all that out. If I was one of those men, I would have walked up, whoosh, grabbed his arm like I was Jackie Chan, picked him up over my head and threw
and get your ass either shot or stabbed to death, whatever the fuck, whatever.
From 3 blocks away. That's what y'all would have did if y'all were men. Yeah, y'all sound like them dudes who be 5'9" their whole life. They kind of nice at basketball. But really, they think they would have went to the league if they was like 6'1". And I'd be windmill dunking on LeBron right now if I had a few more inches, dog. That's how y'all act. If you was one of them guys, you would have just jumped right into action.
That's a lie.
Put him in handcuffs yourself. There were women watching too. She was cussing them out. Remember when she pulled her phone out to not call 911? and instead to record her face and cuss everybody out who was watching. The women was like, what were we supposed to do? If I was a man, I would have just stopped the whole thing, honestly.
That's a fucking lie. They just capping. Cap, C-A-P, cap. Yep, that's what they're doing. They wouldn't have done shit. Why? Because they believe that it's a man's job to protect them. So some bullshit go down, they running the fuck away. That would be the wise thing to do, but you can't have belligerent energy around the same kind of men that you want freaking protection from. We know goddamn well they would have ran the fuck away if something went down. Hell, I probably would have ran away from my own fucking safety and tried to get people out of that situation that are trying to fight all the goddamn time. No, that's cap. They would have did this, they would have did that bullshit. But anyways, fair use, fair use.
Honestly, you can't shame people into risking their lives.
No, you can't.
It'll never work. Shame only works in situations where people feel bad for not doing something or feel bad for doing something. There already has to be a little bit of that in there for shame to work. All this, y'all punks, y'all sissies, y'all soft, y'all ain't protectors, y'all whoop and whoop. That don't.
Y'all gonna be at our funerals if we get killed out here? Probably not.
Don't work, bro. Like, it don't.
This all started with a situation that I'm sure many of y'all are familiar with. There was a story that went viral recently regarding a young woman who was smacked in the face with a brick.
Yep.
Allegedly by a man who asked her for her phone number and she rejected him.
In my face with a brick and all this.
Here we go.
What? And they don't give a. Yeah. This man hit me. Grab the rock.
Okay, if you got hit in the head with a brick, how the fuck you still conscious enough to actually record this shit? Like I said earlier. My
and it hit me in my.
And again, this situation, this story has raised a huge discussion all across social media.
What if it was your girlfriend, wife, daughter, sister, mom's cousin, or friend that got hit with a brick?
Well, for me personally, my cousin's girlfriend, wife, or female members of my family have the common sense not to go out here antagonizing people to get hit in the head with a brick. And they know to just run away when they see crazy people. They're not going to get themselves in trouble like that. So best to deal with people who know, who have a sense of safety.
I'm going to be so real with y'all, brutally honest.
Go ahead.
I'm going to crash out. My mom, my sister, my cousin, my daughter, my girlfriend, my friend, I'm going to crash out. You know why? Because I am okay dying behind them. Because you have.
Well, they're family, so I guess that will be an exception. Makes sense to me. They're family, not a bunch of random women that feel like you are obligated to protect them. So it makes more sense to protect family members and female family members.
You have to think, during any physical altercation with another person, you could possibly die. There's a chance you don't come back from that. You don't walk away from that. For my mom, sister, cousin, girlfriend, daughter, wife, whatever, my friend, I'm okay with that. With that, I can take that risk and I'm okay with those consequences. I'm going to crash out behind my people. But for some random lady, I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't. I'm not Spider-Man. I'm not Captain America.
No, you shouldn't do that. Not for no random woman. Hell no. Ain't no way in hell you should be out there doing that, bro. Seriously.
America, I can't do that. I'm not willing to die behind that, behind a stranger who don't know my name, who will probably never meet my parents, who probably won't even come to my funeral. I can't. Because now I done tried to intercept and intervene and break up an assault, domestic violence, whatever the hell, and I get cooked. Now my mom is down one. My sister is down one. My grandmother is down one. My daughter is down one. My friend is down one.
Oh, he has a daughter too.
My cousin is down one. Everybody.
Oh, he has a daughter too. Oh man, he's a father. So no, of course not. These men ain't risking their lives for no randos. Yeah, they gonna definitely protect their own. That's what it's about, protecting your own.
Everybody is down one because I wanted to be a superhero. I've never been called a bullet bag before, and I can admit that don't feel good.
This one says, well, next time you bullet bags become the police playthings y'all own on your own, since you want to be so independent. Wow. Yeah, that's a good point. Let's see what he has to say.
Damn.
all because the video I made explained in great detail how I would definitely risk my life and defend the black woman in my life, but how I'm just not okay risking that, my body and my life, for a stranger in this situation with a brick being involved in weapons, and I'm a bullet bag. This makes me a bullet bag. Whenever
a bullet bag is someone that's just gonna take bullets. Oh my God! All because he said he will only protect his family or whatever.
in my life, one time I ever spoke illy of black women, came against black women, but now I'm a bullet bag.
Wow. You're a bullet bag because you're not gonna step up for any random woman. Ain't that about some shit?
At this point, it's just like, I get that we will never just all come together and reach like one solid conclusion as to who's gonna get protected by who. In a situation like this, let me just put it this way. I'm all for protecting women. I truly am. But to address that clip,
if you are not dating us, if you're not having some sort of physical relationship to us, if you don't find us attractive, if you don't find us polite enough, kind enough, quiet.
Okay, lack of attraction ain't got shit to do with it. I'm just saying.
Enough that our lives are not worth protecting.
You're goddamn right. That's what we're saying. Shit, you're goddamn right. That's what it is. We're not in a relationship with you. We don't even fucking know you. You're not cooperating, but hell, we don't even fucking know who the hell you are. So you're damn right. Those are the standards that we're setting. You're damn right.
What you're telling us?
Yes.
Is that the precedent you're setting?
Absolutely.
What's wrong with only wanting to protect the women who I want to protect? All the women who are in close proximity to me. All the women who I will gladly put my life on the line for. What is wrong with that? My mother, my girlfriend, my sisters, my cousins, my friends. If I want to put my life on the line for them, I will do it with no hesitation. Why should a stranger expect me to put my life on the line for them when I don't expect anything from them at all? They don't owe me anything.
You're right. They don't owe you shit the same way you don't owe them shit. Plain and simple.
It's like I don't owe them anything.
Is that what you're telling us?
Yeah.
Is that the precedent you're setting?
Yes. The same way women will say, you're not my family. You're not someone I'm romantically involved with. You're not tall enough, handsome enough, rich enough, smart enough. I don't owe you a smile. I don't owe you words of encouragement. I don't owe you respect. I don't owe you any kind of gratitude. Men will hold the doors open for women and they won't even say thank you because.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Shout out to this sister. She's actually making some sense here. Yeah, that's exactly what they do. That's exactly what the hell they do. Let's hear that again real quick. That's exactly what the hell they be doing.
You're not someone I'm romantic.
Is that what you're telling us?
You're damn right. That's what we're telling you. Let's watch that again. That was beautiful. We're not attracted to you. Yeah, we're not attracted to you. We're not romantically involved with you. You ain't family. You ain't friends. That's the precedent we're setting. Now, here's her response.
Is that the precedent you're setting?
Yes, it is.
Yes. The same way women will say, you're not my family. You're not someone I'm romantically involved with. You're not tall enough, handsome enough, rich enough, smart enough. I don't owe you a smile.
That's the way it goes. That's exactly the way it goes. Shout out to this sister for calling out that bullshit. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Women want our protection or whatever, but on the contrary, don't owe us a goddamn thing. We're supposed to just take a bullet for their asses and not expect a damn thing in return, even though we have no kind of personal ties to said person. But yeah, women feel like random men that they're not attracted to, not their type, don't meet their standards, you're supposed to step in and protect them just because. So yeah, thank you for calling that out. Fair use.
I don't owe you words of encouragement.
Mm-hmm.
I don't owe you respect. I don't owe you any kind of gratitude. Men will hold the doors open for women and they won't even say thank you because I don't know you.
That happened to me one time. It don't happen often, but it happened once, just once.
The same way when you see a man down on his luck, you judge and laugh instead of offering him words of encouragement, speaking life into him. Why should I do that? That's a stranger.
Why should I do that? That's a stranger. But yeah, when your ass is hurting, well, if a woman is hurting, you a stranger too. I'm supposed to just bow down and just help you with something. I'm supposed to help you with something. You're a straight. We're both strangers to each other, but yet I'm obligated to help you when you're down on your luck. This is golden. Keep going, my sister. Keep going.
Say don't cost you anything. You will not give to a man that you don't know, you don't want.
Correct.
But y'all expect these men who don't know you, don't owe you anything, and they have their own families at home that they need to get back to. Y'all expect those men to lay their life on the line for you when y'all can't even give them a hi, smile, or a thank you.
Damn right. Now that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
There have been stories of so many men who have intervened in certain situations and have lost their lives trying to play hero. Just a few months ago, there was.
Oh, by the way, y'all, the link is in the description below. If you want to come and play in chat, anybody in the chat, feel free to chime in on the topic. Anybody that's back there, feel free to chime in on this topic. Women not protecting men anymore. Link is in the description and it's been pinned to the chat. Anyways, let's get back into this. Fair use.
A man in Walmart trying to stop altercation between a male and female employee in Walmart, and he lost his life trying to play hero to protect the stranger, and he was taken out in front of his loved ones.
Look at that. Walmart employee fatally shoots customer trying to stop a fight between two workers inside the store. Ain't that about some shit? He tried to break up a fight, end up losing his goddamn life. No, we not down over no bullshit like this, especially when we got lives of our own to live. Especially when the women are instigating this kind of shit. No.
Listen, again, I'll gladly call 911, and then I will gladly wait with the victim until the authorities arrive. But I'm not jumping into anybody else's battle, so to speak, for lack of better words. If it means risking my life, I'm not jumping in. I'm sorry, but not sorry. I shouldn't.
I understand perfectly.
So. You should expect me to do so. So those are my final thoughts. Again, comment down below your thoughts and opinions on the situation. And I'm sure I'll be making another video or two about this because this is something that's been going on for the last week. And I'm sure it's far from over. So I greatly appreciate you for tapping in and watching this video. Us here at Residual Impact, we greatly appreciate it. And we look forward to making many, many more videos for you guys. So
keep doing what you do.
Until next time. Love you.
And yeah, that's the end of the video. So yeah, it's crazy out here, y'all. It's just so damn crazy. And like that woman said, she made abundantly clear that, hey, women expect men that don't know. Women expect men that they don't know, probably not attracted to, are not in relationships with, not family members, not a member of their family, to come and take a bullet or take an ass whooping for them. But yet, it's almost the same thing as women who would say, well, you ain't like the young lady just said, you ain't family, you ain't friends, I'm not attracted to you, you're not this, that, and the third, still take a bullet for me nonetheless. But yet those same females don't want to give men any kind of empathy, any kind of respect, any kind of admiration. I'm not saying smash the first dude that jumps in front of you to protect you. No, but at least have some sympathy for that man. After all, remember, he didn't have to do that. He don't owe you a damn thing the same way you don't owe him a damn thing. And stop feeling like people owe you shit, ladies. Ladies, stop feeling like men owe you shit. Stop feeling like that. If a man ain't gonna protect you because he don't know you, he just ain't gonna do this shit. How hard is it? We're not obligated to protect random women. No. Y'all look at us like disposable commodities and attack dogs. No. We're human beings. We're fighters, providers, and protectors, but we're still human at the end of the day. That's the bottom line. At the end of the day, we're all fucking human. Most of us, if not all of us anyway. That's the way that works. That's the way that works. But anyways, I digress. Mic muted. I'm finna get set up for some more. Hold on a sec. Give me a sec real quick. Oh man, let me just get this set up real quick. Oh, shout out to my boy Killer Swag. Get that bag. You don't care about them price tags. Good to see you, my guy. Oh, by the way, you want to come on the stream? Hit the link and speak your piece. We're talking about men not protecting women anymore. Why are they not protecting women anymore? Anybody want to come up? Hit the link right there. Speak your piece on this. While I'll give more people time to come up here. That's why I've been so quiet. I'm giving people time to actually come into the stream, come into the chat. Yeah, I know it's late at night, but hey, gotta do what you can, right? So I'm gonna get my next topic set up. Until then, anybody can hit the link and come and speak your piece. Exactly. I don't remember when we spoke on that. Maybe it was doing the Brick Lady situation on your own on Killing the Sweetleys panel, but you're right. Don't be heroes out here. Don't be fucking heroes for a bunch of people you don't know. Again, if it's a family member or a friend or somebody like that, your girlfriend, your wife, that's one thing. But to be out here protecting a random person, no, we ain't doing that bullshit. We ain't doing that. No. Now, if someone come at Melanie the wrong way, I can understand you defending her, but defending the old ratchet chick at the street corner, fuck no. You focus on protecting your homegirl Melody and any other female you know in your personal life, and leave these randos alone. That's the way it needs to be. Try not to be a hero. And besides, from what I understand, you don't have to necessarily fight somebody just to be a hero. Being a hero is always about fighting, stand up for what you believe in, and keeping people safe makes you a hero. And there are different ways to do that. You see some bullshit go down, take you and your little lady friend and go the other way. That's protection. A little something called passive protection, protecting someone without having to be aggressive towards the attacker. Just go the other way and avoid danger at all times. That's the best thing you can do. That's the best kind of protection. What's that old saying? I think they say prevention is the best kind of protection. Yeah, that's what it is. Prevention is the best form of protection. Prevent yourself from getting in danger. Prevent yourself from getting hurt. That kind of thing. Yeah. I spoke with this and Melanie and myself covered the Idris Awa situation in the Brick Lady comment. Okay, I remember now. Well, it's a hot topic, man. You know by now, when something is a hot topic, Kill Them Sweetly ain't the only ones covering it. Now I'm covering it. And I'm pretty sure somebody else gonna cover it. But I made it more generic, talking about we're not protecting women anymore. I just incorporated that brick situation, Raha the Brick Lady, or Brick Misha, Brick Me, whatever the fuck y'all want to call her, into the live stream. But yeah, I do remember y'all talked about that. But yeah, that situation just proves this is why we don't protect women anymore. And I believe I was in that conversation with y'all, Swag. I believe I was in the stream when we talked about that. So yeah, it's still fresh in my memory. It's probably in my like list somewhere. So yeah, you're probably right. We did talk about that. We probably did talk about that. Now I'm talking about it's become such a hot topic. But I kept it broad on just saying we don't protect women anymore, and this is why the fuck we don't do it. Plain and simple. All right, like I said, if you got time, feel free to jump into the chat and speak your piece on this some more. Let me just get myself set up here. Okay. I don't remember you covering that story. Also touched on a story about a man who did try to be a hero and end up losing his life over it too. I don't remember you covering that story. I don't remember you talking about that specifically, but I've heard stories about this kind of stuff happening. So really, it's nothing new, man. It's really nothing new. I don't know when y'all talked about that, but hey, it's nothing new and nothing I ain't already heard before. So hey. I know it's a little quiet, but just give me a sec here. He said it was very brief. I think I mentioned that on either the last Killing the Sweet Leaf show we did last Saturday or the one-on-one morning show we did. Oh, okay. Again, I'm gonna tell you right now, any streams that I personally tuned into, I saved in my like list. So if I wasn't in that stream, that's probably why I don't remember it. Whatever panels y'all did and it didn't involve your boy H&M, I probably don't remember it. So y'all probably did talk about that, but maybe I don't remember. I'm not even sure if I was in that stream, but it is what it is, right? So yeah, anything else you want to add on this whole women not protecting men before I move? I mean, men not protecting women before I move on to the next topic, and this ought to be a good one. Anybody else want to come up and add a little something before I move on to the next topic? That's why it's been so quiet. I'm trying to give people time to come in and maybe chime in the comments, whatever they want to do. Whatever floats your boat, chime in on the comments, whatever. And talk and talk about this initial topic. Yeah, I probably was. I don't know. I have to look at my list. Okay, you cool? All right. Well, in that case, on to the next topic. Yeah, I figured you were still at work. Damn. You know what, Swag? I used to do this stuff on Friday nights, but thanks to a change in my work schedule, now I got to push my shows, if I do a show, to Thursday nights. So if I do any of my shows, it'll be on Thursday nights, anywhere between 8 to 9 o'clock. Maybe earlier than that if I have the if I have time. If I have time, yeah. So I get it. Everybody's at work. I understand that. Oh, what's up, Angela C? Good, aka the Cali girl. How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you again. Thanks for chiming in. I know you just came in, but the initial topic right now is men are not protecting women anymore. And it begs the question, should men be obligated to protect women that they don't know? Yeah, hey, once again, what do you think, Angela C? Do you think men should just be obligated to protect women that they do not know? Or do you think it should be limited to just protecting family members, female friends, girlfriends, wives, the whole nine? Feel free to chime in the chat if you want to, or you can come on to the live stream. The link is in the chat below if you want to come up. Those y'all that can't see, I got it pinned up there, but I'll pin it again just in case. All right, there's the link. Thanks for showing up, Angela C. Okay, she answered. Okay, that's dangerous. You're damn right that's dangerous. Yeah, you goddamn right that's dangerous. I'm all for protecting family members and friends, but to protecting some rando in the street, and I know Killer mentioned how he talked about a man losing his life for protecting a woman. Yeah, I've heard. I don't remember him talking about that specifically. Maybe he did or whatever, but it's probably But I've heard so many stories about that kind of stuff happening that hey, it's really nothing new. Honestly, it's honestly nothing new for me. That's why I say, as men, we don't owe y'all ladies a damn thing. And by the way, let me make something else clear. As far as protection, I say we're not talking about situations where, oh, if you see a female choking or having an asthma attack, you just sit there and do nothing or run away. No. If you see a woman that's passed out, yeah, get her some medical help. Get her some medical attention. Call the ambulance, something. That's not in the same light as you seeing a woman being attacked by some crazy man. You want to go in and play Superman. No, it don't work that way. That's not the same thing. So yeah, it wouldn't be quite in the same light if you see someone having an asthma attack, having health issues, they falling, can't get up, whatever the hell, and you go over there and offer your assistance. That's not quite the same. That is not in the same light as coming to a woman's rescue when she's being attacked by a violent person. No, that's not the same thing. All right, if nobody else wants to come up, I want to move on to the very next topic, the final topic of the day. And this ought to be a juicy one. And by the way, if you're a woman, please don't get triggered by this, okay? Don't get triggered by this. But here's something else I want to talk about. Let's talk about feminism is a lie. So yeah, I'm going to talk about how feminism has lied to our women for decades, if not centuries. Now, what exactly is feminism? Well, based on my understanding, feminism is a movement that gave women equality and equal rights to men. They can work as much as men, make as much money as men, and can be viewed as equals by men. That was all well and good. It started out okay as far as education and in the workforce. That's all well and good. But then over time, things went wrong. More and more women started working, and less women were staying at home taking care of the household. Now you got men working almost as much as the women are, or vice versa. And that's what kind of threw everything into chaos. Kids are being left to their own devices or left with a babysitter while both parents are out working. And for the record, I don't mind a female working or having a job. My problem is when they start getting a big head about the whole thing. You think you work like a man, that you should only be treated like a man, but be viewed as an equal to that man. You no longer see him as someone to submit to and look at him as being somebody that's above you. It could be your leader. Now you look at yourself as being equal to that man, so there's no incentive for you to submit to him. Killer Swag said feminism brought to you by 304 life on girls trips. Swag, you killing me. Look at that. Feminism brought to you by the whole life on girls trips. That's a good one. Oh man. You know, it's funny. I saw a video of a woman talking about if you're not gonna be a hoe with the rest of us, you shouldn't go on girls trips. So that speaks volume to what these women do on these girl trips. I think it was in your Discord or whatever. Yeah, it was in your Discord. You're not gonna be a hoe with us. Don't come with us on girl trips. Like we don't know what the fuck be going on with these girl trips. But that's a good one. Brought to you by Whole Life on Girls Trips. Oh man, I should have made that my tagline, but hey, it is what it is. But like I said, feminism started out allowing women to work with it, but the problem is women started coming out of their femininity and started abandoning their feminine roles so they can be like men. So in their minds, it's like, if I can work like a man, I should be looked at in the same manner. I should be looked at as a leader like the man is, a head of a household. And that's when it all went downhill. And don't get me started with the damn women's liberation thing. Yeah, it's funny as fuck, but it's very sad too. Yeah, you're damn right it is. Feminism has told women over the last, in more recent decades, this is where it went wrong with the women's liberation stuff. And this is just my understanding. This is just what I've learned. So please bear with me on this. When women's liberation got started, that's when women feel like they can be as sexually active as they see fit without a relationship coming out of it. They can now wear condom, wear protection. You know, they got birth control. So this kind of threw the world into chaos. Now, single mother think, well, back in these days, being a single mother was still considered a sacrilege and a disgrace. But you still have ones that are willing to go outside the system and embrace the liberation. You still have women out there doing that. And like Killer Swag just said, feminism brought to you by the whole culture or 304 culture and girls trips. That's exactly what it went to. Telling women they can have as many bodies as a man can, be sexually active like a man. It's your body, your choice. Fast forward to more modern times, it's a matter of your body, your choice. Well, that's all well and good when you're single, but when you're in a whole relationship with somebody, all bets are off. No, you can't be out here giving your body to random people like that, especially when you're in a relationship. And that goes both ways too. As men, we can't give our penises to other women like that because we are committed to just one person. And speaking of which, feminism is telling women men have to commit. Men have to act right. Men must pay for everything, while you as a woman sit your ass down, look pretty, and let the man do all the work. Bullshit. If I'm going to be doing all that for a female, what the fuck do I get out of it? Or it begs the question, what do you bring to the goddamn table? That's what I want to know. What do you as a woman bring to the table? Now, when I ask what you bring to the table, I mean, are you bringing fitness? Are you bringing femininity? Are you bringing fairness? Are you bringing cooperation, submissiveness? Because if you can't give me any of those things, you got to go. Deuces, my girl, deuces. Because I'm not having that. No, I'm just not having that. It ain't happening. No way. But it's like as men, we have to fall in line and do what's right. While as a woman, you can do whatever the hell you want to do. And I believe feminism is also responsible for the rise in baby mama culture. Now, women feel like they can just take care of a household by themselves without a man. Men are not necessary. Husbands are not necessary. Now they got technology to where women can have babies without even engaging in sex. I don't know, some bullshit they created way down in China where they can impregnate a woman without her actually having sex with a man. It's mind-boggling. At this point, sex as a whole will be obsolete. And I don't know about you, but I can't live without sex. I need it, especially from a beautiful, gorgeous woman. I need it, man. But yeah, it's just crazy. Feminism has been lying to women for years. And to further illustrate this point, let's check out this video right here to further talk about, well, this video is going to talk, well, take a look for yourself. This video is called Women Are Powerful as Hell, Debunking the Feminist Lie. And shout out to Classy Abby for this one. This is a video made by Classy Abby, and she's going to debunk feminism and the lie that has been telling us for decades. Okay, fair use, people, fair use. Okay, hold on.
We're going to be talking about what feminists won't tell you.
Okay, skip the intro.
Is she works with the American Enterprise Institute, and she actually has a YouTube series called The Factual Feminist. Now,
by the way, Angela C., feel free to come back anytime.
A lot of people on the internet also call her Based Mom. So Christina Hoff Sommers, her thing is speaking out about the problems with modern feminism.
Really?
Now, she is not conservative. She is a Democrat, and she and I disagree on some things. But on the topic of feminism, we do not disagree. And it was fascinating to hear her take on things, because all of a sudden I felt like, oh my goodness, everything I've been feeling actually has a reason. Now, one of the things that Summers talks about is the fact that despite feminism saying that women are so strong, women are stronger than men.
Stronger than men. You're kidding me, right? You're serious. Continue.
They also have women feeling like fragile flowers. And
that's the irony in the whole thing. Women are supposed to be better than men, but at the same time, they're these, like she said, fragile little flowers, victims of circumstance, whatever you want to call it.
They think that women are victims.
Right.
And the example that Summers brings up very often in interviews is that when she went to Oberlin to give a speech, they set up a safe space so that women who felt overwhelmed by her speaking on this topic could go there and feel like they weren't being attacked. And this is a depressing thing.
Make them feel safe by giving them a space where they're not going to be attacked. Attacked by who? If you're supposed to be so much stronger, why don't you have thick skin like men do? I'm just asking, but okay.
To me, in that women are not weak. Women are strong. Women.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I understand that. Your strength lies in your femininity, not being masculine. But continue.
Women are so powerful, and it makes me crazy to think about how often the left plays into this victim narrative. Feminists play into this victim narrative that women are victims of society, of the patriarchy, when we have so much power. This was the reason I made a video about a year ago about Taylor Swift's song, The Man, her music video on The Man, which again plays into all of these stereotypes that women are weak and that men can do whatever they want and that women are weak because society has made them that way. No, women are very strong. And I'm really excited to talk about this today because it's a really important idea. And I think it gives women an opportunity to feel more fulfilled and feel happier than constantly feeling like a victim, which will only make you despondent. So I'm really excited to get into today's video. I hope you are too. Let's get into it. So let's talk about feminism briefly.
Okay, go ahead and talk about it.
Feminism is a very good example of the term semantic overload. If you don't know, semantic overload means when a term acquires multiple meanings and is used in a purposefully vague way, so you're not sure which meaning is being used at what time.
Right. And we all know women would take certain meanings and flip it over. They would take the definition of certain words and flip it around to whatever it is they want to make themselves feel better. Common fact. But anyways, fair use.
Is great at using words and phrases like this, and they put people on the spot by using them. But feminism is a great example of this. Feminism had 3 waves. Some people think there's a 4th wave now, and each wave was defined by different things. Now, the first wave was a good wave. The first wave of feminism was about getting legal equity for women. So very famously, we got voting rights in the first wave of feminism. But the second wave of feminism and the third wave of feminism started changing what feminism meant. It wasn't about being made equal.
Okay. Hold on a second. Damn, these ads.
Changing what feminism
Here
meant.
we go.
It wasn't about being made equal to men anymore and getting equal rights. It was about a lot of different things. And a lot.
Yeah, and one of them things is women being superior to men in almost every way and not needing them anymore. Yeah, let's continue. Just keep going. You got this. You got this. I like where this is going.
A lot of them are paradoxical to each other. So we think about the idea that feminism, it means sex positivity, that we shouldn't slut shame people.
In other words, body positivity.
But then we also get the idea that it's sex negativity, that engaging in sex with men is actually a bad thing because we're allowing men to take advantage of us and use their oppressive nature in a sexual manner.
It's not really taking advantage of, they allow it to happen, you know. I can't say I'm taking advantage of her if she just gives me consent to do something.
It mean equality in the workplace. It can also mean that women must have equality in the workplace, despite the fact that many women do not want to get to the heights of their careers and actually choose to leave high-powered jobs in order to stay at home and have families. That is a choice many women make, and feminism doesn't care that that is the case. They'll still say that women are not making the same amount of men, that they're making 78 cents on the dollar or whatever figure is in play today. Being feminist can mean being pro-choice, and that if you're pro-life, you have internalized misogyny. It can mean that you believe that there's an inherent victimization of women by society and the patriarchy. Now, the issue is this. When someone asks me, are you a feminist? What am I going to say? I say, of course, I believe in equality for men and women, but I don't believe in all the rest of this stuff.
Well, good to hear. Good to hear. Equality in terms of education and jobs is one thing, but equality in other aspects of life, that's just not going to fucking happen. No, we just can't have that. I mean, it's already happened, but still.
Whatever else it means. What does a woman even mean to you? What do rights mean to you? This is why feminism is a dangerous concept, because it is not just about equal legal rights. It is not just about being equal in society. It's about a bunch of other things hidden under the guise of the title feminism. And what this made me realize is that feminists don't understand what the real strength of women is. They don't understand the strengths that are unique to us as a sex and what is so exciting and powerful about being a woman. And the reason I was thinking about this was because I watched the movie Seven Brides for Seven Brothers. This is a musical that came out in 1954, and it's a...
Oh, yes. I heard about Seven Brides and Seven Brothers. Okay. Now, from what I understand, the movie Seven Brides and Seven Brothers basically symbolizes feminism done right. That's what I got out of it. Feminism done right. But let her explain.
About a man named Adam Pontopy, who in the 1850s is a backwoodsman, and he lives in Oregon, and he comes to town and he's looking to trade some wares as well as to find a wife. And he happens to find one, and her name is Millie. And Millie is actually the main character of the movie. She's been working in a boarding house serving all of these frontiersmen, and when a man comes in and offers to sweep her away to his beautiful cabin in the mountains and to his farm, she takes him up on the offer. She thinks it's beautiful. She'll be part of a sovereign household with her husband. And when he brings her up to the mountains, that is not what she gets. She walks into the cabin and finds that he had not told her about these 6 brothers that he has that live in the cabin with him.
Oh my God. So those that are not familiar with the old story or movie about Seven Brides, the Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, that basically sums it up. This guy, Adam Pontopy, meets a woman named Millie, proposes to her. He wants her to live in a cabin, but little did she know he had 6 other brothers. And these 6 other brothers, they were basically classless, not very home trained, and didn't have a whole lot of etiquette. Plus, they had no experience talking to women, none whatsoever. So it's kind of crazy. Millie agreed to marry this man. Well, Millie got herself into this situation, and you know what she did? She found a way to get herself out of this. She found a way to deal with the situation. This is why it's important to, by the way, vet people before you marry them. But I'll say some more on that later. Until then, fair use.
None of whom have been raised with a woman's touch. I mean,
yeah, a woman's touch. So this proves that mothers in a household are very important. This is why we need mom and dad, because without a woman's touch, young boys cannot grow up understanding how to properly treat a woman. But what's happening in our society is we have single parent households, which means too much feminine energy, turning him into a sissy boy. We don't need that. We need a balance of both. So the mother's touch is very important, so you can know how to treat women properly. But anyways, fair use.
I mean, honestly, that's what it is. They are not civilized. They're all messy. And
think of them as the 1950s Pookies and Ray Rays. That's basically summing it up.
Millie has to make a choice. She has to make a choice. She could return back to town. She could run away from what she's been faced with. And instead, she pushes up her sleeves, grabs her Bible, and says, I am going to build up the men around me and make this house a home.
Exactly. And there you go. Adam married this Millie woman. She went to the cabin, found out he had brothers that she didn't tell her about. And instead of running away, she owned up to it. She took accountability for the fact that she married a man that she barely knew and was agreed to live with him. She took accountability for her messed up decision. Now, granted, was Adam in the wrong for not telling her about his 6 brothers? Absolutely. That's just dirty on his part. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. He is in the wrong for that one. Imagine if you're a woman and you marry a man on the fact that he's got multiple brothers living in his house and he didn't say a damn thing to you about it. That's going to have you feeling some kind of way. That wouldn't fly in this day and age, but you know, this young lady got herself into that situation. She said she's going to get herself out of that situation. And let's hear some more.
And she does. She makes all of the men in the movie better for having been there. She forces them to be the best version of themselves.
And there you go. She used the power of femininity to turn these men into the best versions of themselves. She wasn't being masculine. She wasn't being belligerent. This Millie woman took Adam's brothers and made them respectable gentlemen with class and etiquette. That's what she did. That was the power of femininity back during the first wave feminism. It was about embracing your femininity. And in this movie, she used her femininity to change these men into better versions of themselves. That's what I'm talking about. Well done. Now, fair use, fair use.
Makes them eligible bachelors so that they can meet wives. She uses her strengths as a woman to make...
Ah, damn, here we go again. But anyways, the power of her femininity is what did it all. It was the power of her femininity. Hold on a second. Yeah, like I said, she used the power of her femininity to turn these men into eligible bachelors. And that's the way it needs. That's exactly how it needs to be. Nowadays, women would think they can just fight masculinity with masculinity. No, if you're an overly masculine woman, you're not going to encourage them to do much of anything but stay in this beta male simp boy, in this simp state. And if he has any masculinity in him, he's going to combat your masculinity. We don't need 2 masculine people in the damn household. That's one thing we don't need. So in this movie, Millie used her femininity to change these men into the best versions of themselves, like I said earlier. And again, it was her choice to marry Adam, not knowing who the hell he was. So she took accountability for that. So she owned up to her mistakes. Do you see that in this modern era? No, you don't. Do you see that nowadays? No, you don't. Women want to be victims of every damn thing. Every damn thing. That's what's going on now. But back in these days, the 19th century, women embraced femininity. They embraced, and by the way, let me say, I saw clips of the movie. You know what Millie was doing inside of a freaking house. Inside of a house, cooking and cleaning for Adam and his brothers. And she only did that if these men straighten themselves out. In other words, get up in the morning, wash your ass, brush your teeth. Otherwise, you ain't getting no goddamn breakfast. You're going to starve to death. And wash your clothes too. Otherwise, you ain't getting anything. So she rewarded these brothers for being the best versions of themselves. That's what you call being a true feminine woman. Ladies, the power of femininity can do wonders for a man's soul if done properly. And that movie pretty much proves it. And by the way, anybody listening in on the chat, the movie is called Seven Brides for Seven Brothers. Feel free to check that out on YouTube or any other streaming service or whatever. Came out in the 1950s, but it speaks volume to how femininity can really turn people around, turn things around. All right, let's continue. Fair use.
Everyone around her better. And it's a beautiful film for that reason. Now, she doesn't ask the men to be weak. Instead,
Exactly. She wasn't emasculating them or anything, so she could be in a position of power. No. Here's what she did.
Encourages them to find the best parts of their masculinity.
Exactly. The best parts of their masculinity. There you go.
This is all indicative of what women's strengths are. Watching the movie, you wouldn't blame Millie for returning to her life in the town.
You're right. She could have left at any given moment, but she owned up to the fact that she fucked up by marrying this man. I know he had brothers. And by the way, I'm pretty sure, I didn't see the movie myself, but I'm speculating Adam did that on purpose with his dirty ass. I guess he needed a feminine touch for him and his brothers, and he just chose her because she's a good fit. Granted, that's dirty as hell to be doing, but at the end of the day, it all worked out well for her. It gave her more purpose.
Would make sense. She was kind of blindsided by this scenario, but the way that Millie's character decides to proceed forward is indicative of something greater. Women have a unique strength, and it gives us purpose and it gives us fulfillment. We set the standards for civilizations.
You're damn right. Men build the civilization. Women are setting the standards for civilization. Let's see what else she has to say.
Feminism doesn't give women credit for all of the power they already hold. So what are these unique strengths that women have?
All right, go through them.
Well, number one is that women make men better.
Exactly. Make men better. Through the power of your femininity, you can actually make a man better. You hear that, ladies? Through your femininity, you could make a man better. That doesn't mean you change him into something. It just means he's whatever he was before, he's going to be a better version of that. Again, back to the movie. These brothers were dusty, disheveled, basically 1950s versions of Pookies and Ray Rays, but look how they changed their lives around. And thanks to the influence of their older brother and Millie, they eventually changed their lives around and became eligible bachelors for 6 beautiful women that they kidnapped, but they made the best of it. Anyway, let's see what else she has to say.
Feminism says that anything men can do, women can do better.
Which is a lie in of itself.
But the fact of the matter is, women and men are not the same.
Exactly. Thank you. Men and women are not the same. Remember that. Men and women are not the same. Anybody listening in the chat, feel free to come up and speak your piece. The link is right there. Feel free to speak your piece on anything I'm talking about. Do y'all think feminism has been lying to y'all ladies for the last few decades, centuries, whatever? Come up here and speak your piece on it. But anyways, fair use, fair use.
It's not about trying to compete for women to be better than men at what men are good at. It's about women embracing the things that make us strong already.
Exactly. It ain't about you working a 9-to-5 job to compete with a man. It's about doing things that are more akin to you so you can stay in your femininity. That's what it was about. We need the femininity to complement the masculinity. Anyways, fair use.
You don't have to fight the urge to play video games for hours on end or to be ridiculously promiscuous. But men do have those struggles, and it's our responsibility to help them not sink to their level.
Yeah. Help a man find a balance between playing video games and being sexually active. Well, find a good woman. I should put it like that. Find a balance between all that stuff and trying to be a good person and being with a good woman. Not so much ho on the streets. But let's continue. Fair use.
And feminists convince us that it's not our responsibility to take care of men and to make
Who said that about taking care of men? We can take care of our own selves. But anyways, continue. Fair use.
Civilization's great. They're taking away a fundamental role. Loving.
Exactly. Loving. That was the woman's role back in those days. Their role was to be the nurturers, the caretakers, and lovers. They were the loving. They were the lovers. Continue.
Through our love, we make things better. As women, we take care of what we love. We build beauty around ourselves. We make houses into homes. We make communities better. We make men better. We make families stronger.
Exactly. Men build the family, women hold the family together. But nowadays, you got women trying to be both builder and cultivator of society. You got modern women that want to be the builders and the cultivators of society. And it's just putting too much stress on them. It's to the point where we just can't deal with them anymore. If they're not going to stay in their feminine role while we stay in our masculine role, we've lost as a community right there. But anyways, fair use.
And this happens individually as well as societally. So on an individual level, if a woman raises her son to be good and upstanding and have good values and morals, guess what? He will be a good, upstanding man. If a woman tells a man that is interested in her, I won't date you unless you get your act together, guess what? He might get his act together.
Exactly. Right. Get a job. Wash your ass every day. Stop living off of other people. Be a responsible adult. Yeah, he gonna get his act together with a woman with femininity. It's that femininity that turned these men into good men. That's why we need it. The femininity has to complement the masculinity. That's the way that works.
On a societal level, the quality of our men is responsive to the quality of our women and what we demand of men. So think about the women's liberation movement.
Don't get me started with that bullshit, but okay.
Encouraged women to have sex as thoughtlessly and mindlessly as men did.
Yeah. Be promiscuous, thus leading to the development of 3 or 4 culture. Right, Killer Swag? Whole life on girls' trips. Yep, that's what it led to.
Shouldn't tie love and sex together, that they are separate. And so if you have an urge, just go ahead and follow it. The
only problem is, for men, sex is a physical release. For women, it's an emotional attachment. And things get sticky when you can't differentiate the two.
That started, men were forced to wait until marriage to have sex. If they wanted to have sex before marriage, they would have to go to less reputable places. And that's the point.
AKA the ghetto. AKA the hood. But yeah, gone are the days of men and women waiting for marriage before having sex. Those days are long gone. And not only that, they've taken the value out of it. These days, for as long as I can remember, women will tell men that they don't find attractive that they want to wait till they get married first before having sex. But behind closed doors, they smashing some Pookie and Ray Ray that she know got 5 kids by 5 different women. He's basically irresponsible with this damn seed. So we've taken the value out of such a narrative now. Wait till you're married before having sex. I'll say that to the men I don't find attractive. But I'm gonna smash let Pookie and Ray Ray hit it. That's the narrative that they're doing out here now. And that's what it's become as of lately. No longer do we have to wait until we're married before having sex. We can be as sexually active as we see fit. And look at what it's caused. Thanks a lot, women's liberation. Now you're giving us a bunch of women that are not worth a damn thing outside of their coochie. Seriously. But anyways, fair use.
They had to go out of their way to seek it. It could have physical ramifications or social ramifications.
AKA catching an STD or being shamed by the public.
They couldn't just go to a bar or swipe right on an app and have a one.
Did they have bars? Well, of course they had bars back then. What am I saying?
Night stand. Women weren't left in this.
Yeah, and keep in mind, folks, back in these days, one night stands and prostitutions were not a high commodity back then. If you were caught after doing this kind of bullshit, you were shamed and looked down upon. Hell, some were even not only thrown in jail, but some were even executed in some parts of the world. Prostitution was not a thing back then in these days. And when it became a thing, it was shunned upon and people knew better than to engage in it. But anyways, fair use.
Situations they are today, where they have a one-night stand with someone and maybe emotionally get attached, or where they date someone for a long time. Once feminism decided that sexual fulfillment was the most important thing, regardless of family,
Something's
Well, kind of like what, yeah, well, give me a second real quick. But like I said, the women's liberation is what messed everything up. Telling women they can have as many sex partners as they see fit, that's what ruined it. Because now women feel like they're entitled to just have any man that they want, sleep around with as many men as they want, rack up a body count whenever they want to, and they can just be free. And if they have kids, they always got the government to fall back on just in case things don't go so well. But what they don't understand is they're digging themselves a deep hole, because without a man to help raise those kids, you're basically raising raising kids in a household full of nothing but chaos and anarchy. And there's no man to offer the structure. That's where you have the problem. That's where you're gonna have the problem. Feel free to come up and speak your piece on this. Anybody in the chat, hit the link and speak your piece on this. Feminism is a lie. That's the topic. Now, back to the video. Fair use, fair use, fair use.
Regardless of relationships, regardless of commitment, and decided that it was the most important thing for your happiness, the rules changed. Men could now sleep with women and leave.
Absolutely. Women create a society where they can basically be sexually liberated, thus leading to men embracing such liberation and by saying, you know what, I'm gonna have as many sex as I see fit and don't have to worry about committing to a woman. I mean, think about that, ladies. If you're giving the men sexual attention or sex in general for minimum effort, what you think men are gonna do at that point? We're going to say fuck marriages and fuck relationships. You know what? If I got this many options with women and I don't have to wait until marriage before smashing that cooch, then what do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to go out there and just capitalize on it. It's plain and simple. I'm capitalizing on this stuff. No more waiting until I'm married. I'm going to capitalize on it. But ironically, they want to blame those same men for the rise in 304 culture and baby mama culture, when they know goddamn well they created this nonsense. They're the ones that started this, but they don't want to finish it. But anyways, fair use.
Men could have sex with women and there was no commitment, no strings attached.
No.
A woman could get pregnant and not have a man to help her. And women,
AKA single mother,
were left to either blame themselves for not kind of fitting in with this new narrative that sex and love weren't related, or they were blaming society for making them feel bad. When in fact, the biggest issue is that sex and love do work together and in tandem.
Yes, they can work together. That's why it's best to have sex with someone that you're in love with. But nowadays, it's hard to even find one chick that's worth anything outside of sex. So we have to keep the two separated nonetheless. The two can work hand in hand together, but it's important to understand that they are not the same thing. A man can have sex with a woman and feel no kind of physical attachment, but a woman cannot let a man have sex with her without feeling some kind of emotional attachments to her. The only exception to that rule might just be the emotionally scarred, completely soulless women out there. For example, prostitutes, whorehouse workers, strip club owners, and strip club workers. They're completely soulless. So they may be the exception to the rule. And by the way, our culture is looking as of lately, I don't see too much of a difference between the women that run these brothels and strip clubs and women that go to college and get degrees and work 9-to-5 jobs. The differences are just becoming so blurred nowadays, it's ridiculous. But anyways, fair use.
And that commitment is important when you're having sex. Women found they didn't get the happiness and fulfillment that feminists had promised to them. Women are the backbone of good civilizations, and we have so much power to influence the future. We raise children. We make men better.
Exactly. Raise children and make men better. That's what feminism was about back then. That's what being a feminine woman is about.
We make things run smoothly in our communities and our homes, and we make other women better because men can't call out toxic behavior among women.
No, they can't.
Only women can do that. This isn't to say that women's only role is in the home.
No, it isn't. If she wants to be in the home, that's her decision. But her primary job is a home, caretaker for the house and a caretaker for the children and doing all the delicate feminine things. That's how that works. Anyways, fair use.
But what it is to say is that we are uniquely capable of making civilizations grow and be strong. And it is useful to recognize the power we have in that. We have a unique role in building and maintaining society. The fact that men need women doesn't need to make us aggrieved. The fact that children grow and thrive and become their best selves shouldn't make us tired. The fact that societies need women should not make us resentful. These are the kinds of things that bring women power and purpose. It is inspiring to me to think about how much power we as women have and how we can affect change. To me, it honestly blows my mind to think that women think that they are powerless when we have so much power.
Yeah, I guess feminism made them aware of so much power.
When we can control the outcomes of societies, when we can control the outcomes of literal civilizations, and we just need to stand up and choose to do so. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, thank you, Classy Abby. So what were your thoughts on what she had to say? Anybody can chime in the comments or in the live stream. But she just gave us a rundown of what feminism was like back in its glory days. I guess either the first wave or second wave, whatever, but prior to women's liberation. And I kind of like where it was going. And by the way, like I said, those of y'all that haven't seen the movie Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, trust me, it's a pretty good one. I've seen clips of it, and I love where it was going. A feminine woman took 6 men and turned them into respectable members of society through the power of her femininity, not her masculinity, not her career, not her job, but by just being a feminine woman. That's the way it needed to be. And that's what she delivered. But that's the way it needed to be. Nowadays, we don't see that anymore. Women want to be like men, talk like men, act like men, even work like men. It's just, oh man, it's ridiculous. But anyways, anybody want to chime in the chat or on the live stream, feel free to hit that link right here. It's right up there up top. Anybody that want to chime in, come up, speak your piece on this. And if you want to go back to the previous talk about men not protecting women, you can speak on that too. Otherwise, we can talk about the initial topic right here. Feminism is a lie. Give me a second. Be right back. All right, here we go. And shout out to the latest Juice. Feel free to check out his content. Putting out some pretty good stuff out there. All right, here we go. Fair use, fair use.
Whoever fought for women to get jobs. Why?
I wonder why.
Why did we do that? I am so tired. I want to just put my feet up. Like, I am, oh my God.
Wow. Okay.
I'm sitting here and I can't help it but think that I'm tired of working. I have always worked through my pregnancies, through everything. Always paid the majority of the bills. Now I'm like,
Oh, my bad. My bad, y'all. I totally forgot. The title of this video is called "A Lot of Modern Women Keep Leaving the Workforce. The Price for Feminism." We talked about how feminism started out as about embracing your femininity and encouraging men to be the best versions of themselves and keep society cultivated and keep society growing and going. Now let's see what the third and fourth wave feminism has done to our society as far as encouraging women to be strong and independent, as they always say. Fair use, my people. Fair use.
I want to be this strong, independent woman. I don't.
Is that what you wanted? Now you want to be a fucking housewife? Seriously? After too many years of being independent? Oh my gosh, this is golden.
I am not interested. I have a huge house. I pay all the bills by myself.
Yeah, and?
Now I just want the universe to bring me the man that can make me a housewife. I've done it and I'm not interested anymore. I want to be a housewife.
Oh, now you want to be a housewife after so many years of being an independent woman. This is hilarious.
I want to have your dinner ready when you get home. I want to take your shoes off, give you a massage. I want to sex you down. Sex you down when you get home. I want somebody to push me back to the 70s. I am not interested.
I don't know. The 1970s had independent women too, so I don't know. Then again, traditionalism was still kicking strong back then, but okay.
In this, I don't really work anymore. I want to be a housewife. So universe, send me that boss
man. Universe, send her that boss man.
Yeah, that's it.
That about sums that up. Okay, let's hear some more. Okay, fair use, fair use.
Yeah, I'm fucking tired of working. Really am.
Ain't we all?
One day out of this fucking year, I just need to wake up to something good. Like, oh, you don't gotta work no more. You could pay off your fucking debt. Get a house. Get a car. Tired of living this fucking 9 to 5 and these fucking people at the fucking jobs being bullies, and I'm just fucking sick of it. I'm sick of waking.
Oh, Angela, see, I don't have a Cash App, honestly. I used to have one, but I got rid of it a long time ago because somebody hacked my shit. But appreciate you coming back in. By the way, feel free to chime in on anything if you want to. I got a few more videos to play. Right now, I'm talking about, in case you missed it, right now I'm talking about feminism is a lie. That's the next topic. Feminism is a lie. What do you think about that? Chime in on the topic or chime in the chat, whatever you want to do. Or you got a call. Okay, okay. Yeah, I don't have a cash app. Oh, you got a call. Okay, go ahead. Well, take your time. I'll be up here for the next, 45 minutes to an hour. So feel free, chime back in. The topic is feminism is a lie. We talked about how women at one point would use femininity to not only cultivate society, but make society better. Now it's evolved into women abandoning their femininity so they can be like men and become masculine. And this is the end result. Women leaving the workforce because they're tired of working so goddamn hard. That's just one of the many casualties. But we'll continue. Fair use, fair use.
Up every day and not feeling fulfilled. Sick of waking up every day on a fucking routine and schedule, and I'm not even doing nothing with my life but fucking working. I can't wonder why or nothing because I'm always fucking working. I can't become an influencer or get back to my YouTube or do any fucking thing because I'm always fucking working. Then these fucking jobs don't even fucking appreciate you for even coming into work. You get there and they all got fucking attitudes.
Welcome to the workforce, sweetheart. Welcome to the workforce. What do you think about this, Angela? Welcome to the fucking workforce.
You're getting other people fucking negative energy. People don't know how to wake up on the right side of the fucking bed. They're always waking up on the wrong side. Then they got an attitude with you. Then I'm just like, I'm just here for the check, bitch. I'm not here for your fucking attitudes. I'm not here for the fucking rude ass customers. Like, fuck working. Fuck America and they fucking working ass, fucking stupid ass jobs. I hate it here. Like, is this the American dream? Because, bitch, I'm not dreaming. This is a fucking nightmare.
Over the years.
Wow. Give me a sec, y'all. I got to do this real quick. Fair use. The price ain't right. The price ain't right. Anyways, back to the video. Fair use, fair use.
Feminists have fought to go through the career path, explore the corporate world, and get into jobs. They have sold the idea of being an independent boss lady to many modern women, which they are all regretting. They say, I can pay my bills. I don't need any man. I am self-sufficient, and I don't need any man to tell me what to do. And now a lot of them have gotten what they want.
Modern day feminism, folks. Modern day feminism. And look what it's doing. Fair use.
They have worked and experienced what it means to bear financial, emotional responsibilities and be under pressure. Now they are back here on the internet crying that they do not want to work anymore, and they do not want that kind of life. We were right here when you accused us men of turning our wives into slaves and keeping them to the traditional roles of raising the family and keeping the home.
Yeah, the very thing that kept families alive and going. I don't mind a female working. The problem is when you abandon your femininity and start looking at your man as being some sort of an equal. Instead, you stop being submissive, you stop being cooperative, the whole nine. Don't make a lot of sense to say getting married is slavery. This here is slavery, yada, 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 yada. But then you're working a 9-to-5 job. Like that ain't no goddamn slavery. It's so mind-boggling. So you rather work a 9-to-5 job, getting a weekly salary from you, or a bi-weekly salary from a boss that's probably not going to be there for you when something go down, instead of going home to a good husband, cooking his meals and getting the kids ready for school. Seriously? That's what we're doing now? Is that what the hell we're doing now? But anyways, fair use. I don't know. Maybe I'm going crazy. What y'all think? Am I losing my mind here? Or is that what the hell really going on? Tell me in the chat, please. That's what we're doing now? Anyways, fair use, fair use.
And you said we refuse women from having economic power because we want to have power over them. Many modern,
in other words, misogynistic, right?
Women who are not married have labeled women who believe in traditional roles as housemaids and that they do not know their worth.
Exactly. Pick-me's, as they call y'all. Angela C., as a married woman, you can attest to that, right? If you're still listening back there, you can attest to that, right? Being married yourself, you get called a pick-me because you value traditional roles over being a working class corporate woman, right? So you can attest to that, I'm sure. But anyways, fair use.
This is one of the heights of nonsense of the feminist movement. It is interesting to know that many married women took this idea seriously. They divorced their husband and journeyed into the corporate world.
Right.
I wish they could ask their husbands how much they enjoy working their ass off every day to make sure their family does not lack any resources. Maybe if they did, they would not have gotten themselves into the mess modern women have gotten them into. Many modern women have thought that they would find fulfillment and satisfaction in working hard and not having to rely on anyone so that they...
I wonder how that's working out for them. Well, I think it's pretty obvious how that's working for them. This is what happens when you listen to modern day feminism, right, my girl? Right? Link, okay, the link, all right, the link is still up here. Just wanted to make sure. Want to make sure my link was still up there, but okay. Anybody can come up. I'll go for another 45 minutes if need be. Anybody can chime in. Feminism is a lie. Anyways, fair use, fair use.
They can live on their terms, only to be shocked that they are pursuing a goal that does not belong to them.
The report shows that by 2030, 45% of working women ages 25 to 45 by 2030 will be non-married, no kids, single.
Okay. 2030, god damn.
Okay. So you might say, well, what's wrong with that? Okay. If you think that you're going to be 45 years old, no kids, not married, and that you're going to genuinely be fulfilled in life because you made money, best of luck to you, honey.
Right. Exactly. Thank you. Because people don't understand that a woman's worth is based on her femininity, her willingness to submit, her beauty, her fitness, her femininity, as I said earlier. That's where her value lies in, not how much money she makes, what kind of education she has, or how many degrees she racked up. That don't mean a damn thing to us men. Are you fit? Are you feminine? Are you friendly? That's what the fuck we want. But unfortunately, feminism has lied to these ladies. Feminism has straight up lied to these ladies. It's so, oh my God, it's a crapshoot, I tell you. They thought, and in 2030, that's a lot. In 2030 or whatever year he said, that's a pretty large number. If you think you can live a fulfilled life on just wealth and status, you know, the kind of things we men survive off of and brag about, best of luck to you. You have to understand, you're a woman, you're not a man. You can't, now your worth is not based on how much money you make or how many degrees you have and all that bullshit, because we can get that same shit too. Your fitness, your femininity level, those are what's going to make your willingness to submit to a man and abide by a right man's leadership. That's what's gonna count at the end of the day. That's the way it needs to be. That's how it's gonna work. But anyways, fair use, fair use.
The truth is always near. A belief or idea should be justified by the outcome. Let us compare the results of these modern independent women and traditional women. Modern women have advocated that women should not settle down with being responsible wives and mothers. They say women should overthrow men in the workforce. Well,
right. Overthrow men in the workforce. Ain't that about some shit?
Traditional women have acknowledged that their family, their husbands, and kids are their top priority, and anything can come after that.
That way it needs to be. Right.
And this does not make them less of a good woman. Fast forward to 10 years after, these modern women are dropping out of the workforce in the troops because they discovered that the further they went, the more lonely they became and the more unfulfilled they were. They have also discovered that they cannot keep up with the demand of the corporate world, so they need to look for the source of satisfaction in their life. But the traditional women have earned the respect of their family. They are happy and satisfied, and above all, they do not regret their decision to put their family first. A woman in her late 40s who is a medical worker, who spent her younger years pursuing a career, once told me while we were having a discussion that work is overrated and no woman should pursue it in defiance of building a family. And she realized only after 15 years that she misplaced her priority.
Oh, better late than never, I always say, right?
Said ever since then, she has always advised younger women who are getting caught up in this lie, preached by feminists, to quickly trace their steps back and find a man to take care of that part of their life, while they take care of the part they are built for. I always say that men and women are built differently.
And they are.
Cannot be equal. And the woke woman and feminist.
And he's right. They are built differently and cannot be equal, plain and simple.
Anthem of gender equality are pure garbage. Men's and women's sense of fulfillment and satisfaction differ by a very wide gap. Men did not choose responsibility and hustle. We were built for it mentally and physically because we are built with the provider instinct, and we also find happiness and immense joy in the fact that we can fulfill this responsibility. Working is a harsh reality of the men's world, and men do it because it is necessary to be able to meet the demands of our traditional roles. But dumb modern women believe that they can teach themselves to be like a man just because they don't want to be accountable and submissive to a man. Well, it is just for some time before their biological nature catches up with them, and at this time, they will try to find a man to lift the burden off their shoulder.
Right.
I see single mothers who were once taking pride in their ability to take care of their kids, pay their bills, own their cars, even have a house.
You know, a bunch of things that men take pride in. See where I'm going with that? Things that men take pride in. Huh.
But they are now in desperate need of a man because they have discovered that to be out there looking for money is equivalent to be far away from their kids. I saw a video where a woman said she will literally do anything to spend quality time with her kid, but then who will pay the bills?
You should have thought about that before you decided to become a single mother. Anybody else back there, feel free to chime in on this. Angela, see if you're still back there, feel free to chime in. Killer Swag, whatever. Anyways, fair use, fair use.
Look, I have a kid. I used to be like that until I had my kid. Now that I have my kid, like, I might be this, oh, I'm a boss, but deep down in my heart, I would do absolutely anything to be at home and be, like, always with my child. But unfortunately,
and have a man protect you. Stop acting like, stop leaving out the man part. Because for you to be home with your child, that means you got a man protecting you.
And that's what I'm saying. Like,
exactly. Thank you.
She's right, and that's just hard. To be, like, always with my child. But unfortunately,
and have a man protect you. Stop acting like, stop leaving out the man part.
You can't leave out the man part, really.
Because for you to be home with your child, that means you got a man protecting you.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, he's right, and that's just hard. Like, but unfortunately, since I'm by myself, I gotta hustle, you know. But I would do anything to have a man.
That's what I mean.
God bless you. God bless you for telling the fucking truth. God bless you for telling the truth.
I believe.
Wow. 1 second, people. I mean, God bless her for telling the truth, but I gotta play this regardless because it's just sad. Okay, back to the video. All right. Fair use.
Everyone must pay the price for their decisions. Lots of modern women are now looking for ways to stop working and have a man take care of them and protect them. They are swallowing their pride and desperate for a man. If you look around on the internet, you see feminist and independent modern women who have finally realized the outcome of the career life they are pursuing. They discovered that they have been lied to and deceived, but it is too late for most of them. Men will rather go for young traditional women. Many modern women have given their years of fertility and youth to their jobs, to paying bills, and to proving points to men on the internet. They have now discovered that what is more important than proving points to men who do not care is being genuinely happy and having peace of mind, and that the happiness for women is not being on the fields, looking out for themselves. Their happiness lies in seeing a happy home they have built.
Now, granted, as I said earlier, I don't have a problem with a woman working and having a job, but don't sacrifice your femininity and willingness to build a proper family structure just so you can be on the goddamn workforce. Because when it comes time to raise kids, you may find yourself when it comes time to raise kids, you know, you want to spend time with your kid. You saw that, y'all saw that woman crying about oh, she wants time with her son. She wish she could have time with her kids. And like the man said, yes, you can't leave out the man part. If you had time to go see your kid, that's because you got a man holding you down and protecting you. That's how that works. But I'm telling you, oh man. This is what happens when you give the best years of your life to trying to be a hardworking woman, like a hardworking woman trying to be like a man. You end up sacrificing the very few things that make you a woman. Your fitness, well, not maybe not so much your fitness to a degree, your femininity, your willingness to submit, your willingness to take care of a child alongside a man instead of trying to be an independent single mom boss chick type. You gave all that up just so you can be in the workplace. Ain't that about some shit? But anyways, fair use.
That's all for today on Latest Juice.
Oh.
If you enjoyed this video, you might...
Oh, that's the end of it. Okay, never mind. But anyway, that's what happens. Angela, whoever's in the back, what y'all think about that? Women are leaving the workforce in droves because they're sick and tired. They're sick and tired of constantly having to work, take care of their own bills, take care of their own kids, and take care of a household by themselves. Ain't that about some shit? My God. Oh, boy. And it's only getting crazier. Exactly, Angela. They should have known doing all that is tiring. I could have told you that. Like I said, welcome to the workforce. And by the way, Angela, I speculate that you have a job of your own too, right? But you're also married. So it's pretty safe to say you didn't sacrifice your femininity and try to be on par with your husband and neglect y'all's kids, right? Please tell me I'm correct. If you're a stay-at-home mom, that's cool too. That might be even better considering how crazy the workforce can get from time to time. You know, I mean, Brienne does it. Shout out to my homegirl, Brienne, my #1 fan, always cooking like a frying pan. She does it. So if she can do it, you can do it too. Okay. I'm right about what? Stay-at-home mom thing or you having a job? Which one is it? Now, let me go find my last video while she thinks about that. I think I'll shut off when I get to the 3-hour marker. But until then, anybody that's got something to say about what I've been going over so far, hit the link in the description or in the link has been pinned up. The link has been pinned in the comment section. So feel free to come up and speak your piece on anything. Women not being protected and feminism is a big fat freaking lie. I would love to hear your opinions on it. Let's have a discussion on this. Oh, you got your own business at home. Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that online business. I don't want to be all up in your business. I'm just saying. you got a little business at home. I don't want to be all up in your business if you don't mind sharing it. But what kind of business is it? You have to share if you don't want to. Yeesh, I'm getting a little tired, but that's okay. I got enough juice for the YouTube streets. Kind of dead out there, ain't it? You sell pain relief cream. What kind of pain is it? What kind of pain is it supposed to relieve? Like arthritis or something? All right. Anyways, here's the next video for arthritis. By the way, when I go to the gym and start doing workouts, you know that soreness you get in your arms, legs, and chest. Is there any cream for that? Oh, muscle joint and nerve pain. Okay. So if I take my ass to the gym and I start feeling soreness in my legs and arms, will it do that? Will it fix that? Or is that something totally different? Like arthritis or something, not muscle soreness or whatever. Anyways, on to the next one. Shout out to Rebecca Barrett. This is the next video, and it's called, let's see, Modern Feminism Has Lied to Women. 4 lies feminists tell you. Oops, hold on. The volume is low. Yeah, it might be something different. Could be. But anyways, fair use. Shout out to Rebecca Barrett.
If you're new here, my name is Rebecca, and today I'm going to talk about the lies of modern feminism. This has been a highly requested video, and I really wanted to make this because, as many of you know, I was a former raging feminist, and I believed a lot of this.
Former raging feminist.
And it was something that I want to give a huge disclaimer before I get started. I want to just put this out there because I feel like people misinterpret what I have to say very frequently, but I am not referring to all women. Okay? This is not all women.
Tell me something I don't already know.
This is the majority of women, specifically the women who have been struggling with relationships. And if you are happy in your career and thriving and not giving a care in the world to have a relationship or a family or anything else, then you can disregard this video. And now we can actually get into the video. So one of the most common things that I hear from women, and this is probably the first myth that I've heard or that I've also preached myself before I was transformed. I used to say, I don't need a man.
A very common lie indeed. You don't need a man. Why?
I want a man. Now, the problem with this statement is the fact that biologically speaking, men and women need each other to procreate. That
is true. But when it comes down to it, I think women need men more than men need women need men more than men will ever need women. What do y'all need from us men? Provision. Y'all need protection. Y'all need everything masculine done, such as lifting heavy things or whatever. But what do we need from y'all women? Just cooperation and companionship. That's it. We don't need much from women when it comes down to it. A cooperative, sexually attractive partner, so that's attracted to me, of course. That's all we really need from y'all women. But a lot of them don't want to deliver that. So y'all need us more than we'll ever need y'all. The only thing we want is a beautiful woman to be cooperative, be submissive, and of course have sex with us on occasions if it goes that far. Anyways, fair use.
Is something that is biologically innate in us. It's not something that we can change. It's not something that we can modify. In order to keep civilization going, in order to keep us progressing and moving forward, we need to procreate, and only a man and a woman can do that. I don't believe in full-blown equality of the sexes yet.
Yes, good to hear. Good to hear.
We are equal in value, but we are very different biologically, and we
equal value, different biology. Exactly.
We are very different when it comes to how we think and how we act. There's actually a post from the Femininity Doctor, and I will put it right here on the screen for you guys to see. But it says, yes, you can do life without a man, but why would you want to? Why are we being told to set our preferences to not want men when men and women were quite literally made to need and rely on each other? Believe me, dears, You don't get a trophy for dying alone. And I think that is probably the best depiction of what is happening today. Women are deciding to just be alone. Actually, because of modern feminism, men have actually decided to leave women alone. And what's happening is that men and women are dying alone. When we are supposed to come together, we rely on each other. That is the whole point of civilization. I don't understand where this went out the window. We need each other to continue life. All mammals do.
That's a good point. As I mentioned earlier, men build society. Women are the cultivators of society that keeps the society going. But we don't get that anymore now, do we?
Do it. And we're being taught that being egalitarian is the way forward, is the progressive way. But that is not the case, because we see countries that have created equality of the sexes, and it creates even more and more differences between men and women. It just shows it blatantly in our face that men and women are different. As women, we fought for our liberation. At a certain point in our lives, in our past, we weren't equal, but we got equality. So what are we fighting for now? That's
a good point. What the hell are y'all fighting for now? You got your goddamn equality. Now what are you fighting for? You got your special privileges just for being female. So what are y'all fighting for now? Good question.
My question to you, because at this point, I don't know. So the second myth that women have been told is that career success is the only success to strive for.
In other words, your career is more important than building a family structure. Ain't that about some shit?
And this to me probably is the one that resonates so deeply for me, because I believe this to my core while I was a feminist. And
really? Whoa! Oh my gosh.
It was something that I always strive for. My number one goal was to be the most successful CEO, to raise the most amount of money, and to just be on top and beating out all of my male competitors. Now, that probably sounds great to you, but I was miserable. I was absolutely miserable. I was striving and putting my value in something that could fall apart the next day. And
no man to pick you back up. Yep.
That's exactly what it did. When this global pandemic happened, I lost my business.
Wow.
And guess what? At least I had my fiance, because my husband was my fiance at the time, and I had my family. But so many women today are striving for career success, for educational success, and they are going through their entire 20s, putting their heads down in the sand and not focusing on anything else except their career. And the problem that happens is that when you are so focused on your career, when you are so diligent about achieving something like that, everything else gets neglected. How do you expect to date? How do you expect to get yourself out there? Do you think a man is magically going to appear in your face?
You know what, to be honest, that's exactly what modern women want to happen and are expected to happen. As sad as that is, that's exactly what they're expecting, a man to just appear out of their face. That's exactly what they're expecting. I mean, they've become so delusional now that nothing surprises me anymore. Anyways, fair use, fair use.
No, I'm not saying that women should not have careers, should not achieve educational success. That is not what I'm saying whatsoever. No. But we need to keep in our minds, as women, our biological clock does not last the eternity of our life.
No, it don't.
By the time we hit,
I'm gonna say 35, you no longer can give birth. Let's see what she has to say.
Hit 35, 40.
Yep.
We produce less eggs, we are less fertile, and the chances of us getting pregnant at that point decreases over time.
Exactly. And even if you do get pregnant by some miracle at that age, it's going to be a high risk pregnancy. This is going to prompt men to just go find younger, more fertile women. Now, granted, younger isn't always better. It's like older isn't always better. But that's the best option for men who still want to have families. Leave them old women alone and go find some young ones. Somebody younger, I should say. That's the only way that's going to work.
We need to learn how to prioritize things that actually matter to us. So yes, if you are in your 20s right now, you can focus on your career, but at the same time, be open to dating, be open to relationships, because in your mid-20s to your late 20s, that's your prime time to getting into relationships, to hopefully finding your life partner to have children with. And ladies, again, if children and marriage are not something that you want, then focus on your career. But understand that there are consequences to your actions. There are consequences to choosing your career.
Yeah, they fought so hard for all this freedom and this willingness to work and be like men, but they're not happy with the consequences behind said actions. Yep, that sounds about right.
Over anything else. And I lived that life until that life did not suit me anymore. Something in my body, something biologically happened in me that switched that for me. And it's happening to a lot of women. We've been told to suppress that. We've been told that is not something that you want, which goes into my third point. Marriage and children equals bondage.
Isn't it supposed to equal bondage? But whatever. Excuse his ass.
Right? Marriage and children equals bondage.
Mm-hmm.
Feminism loves to preach equality, loves to preach what we can accomplish as women. We can do whatever we want. But why are we shaming women who want marriage and children?
Exactly. Thank you. Why fight so hard for all that freedom? Why fight so hard for all this bullshit? And then want to go out here shaming the very people who are not on par with your narrative. You want to say power to the sisterhood. Women can do whatever the fuck they want to do. Women should be free. But when women choose to be housewives, choose to be caretakers of their children, and choose to be mothers, emphasis on the word choose, they still get shamed. They're still getting shamed. Ain't that about something? Anyways, fair use, fair use.
Why? If we are a open, progressive society, why can't women choose marriage and children?
Correct.
At a certain point in your life.
Nowadays, marriage is the equivalent of being a slave. It's mind-boggling. You can't say, again, freedom for all women, as long as it doesn't include marriage and cooking, cleaning, and taking care of a household. Ain't that about some shit?
At a certain point in your career, the career doesn't mean anything. Climbing that ladder doesn't mean anything anymore. It doesn't bring that same joy that it did once before. I remember that so vividly when I was like, wow, I literally could not care less if my company fails today or if I have to step away from this business. If you're a woman in your 20s and you think that you would like marriage and children, do not neglect it. Do not push it to the side. you're doing yourself a disservice in the end. The same amount of energy and intentionality that you're putting in your career, in advancements in your education, should be the same amount of energy that you are putting towards relationships. We have a career path forward. I know what my 10-year plan looks like, right? As a woman, I know what I want to accomplish, but then when it comes to relationships, we'll figure it out.
You'll figure it out. That's a good point. That is a very good point. Focusing too much on being in a relation, focusing too much on a goddamn career and not enough on trying to build family structure. And yet you want to shame the very same women that are against your ideologies. Ain't that some shit? But anyways, fair use.
Problem is that too many women are taking this path of, I'll figure it out, and not being intentional. And what happens is you get to your 30s, you get to your late 30s, and you realize, this didn't go as I planned. Oh yeah, I didn't plan this at all. These things don't happen by chance. You need to work towards relationships the same way, the same energy you're putting into your career, into your education, you need to put that energy into relationships. And the fourth point that I want to make, and the fourth myth / problem with feminism is this whole sexual liberation movement.
Oh my God,
so
here we go.
Have just attached
sexual liberation, my body, my choice. Oh God, let's talk about this.
Themselves to this part of feminism. It doesn't matter. Sex is sex.
Oh,
if
no,
he can do it, why can't I do it?
That's the thing. Men and women are not the fucking same. That's my point. That's my point. Men and women are not the same, damn it. If men can have sex, why can't women do it? Well, I'm a man, you're a woman. It's not the same when I do it. I'm doing it for physical release. You're doing it as far as you're doing it for an emotional attachment. It's not the same fucking thing. You can't do what men are doing as a woman. The only thing we have in common as two sexually outgoing people are the violations of religious principle. That's it. We're both are fornicators. Don't get me wrong, but the aesthetic of sex is different for men and women. It's a physical release for men and emotional attachment for women. That will never change. I don't care how much religion you attach to it. Anyways, fair use, fair use.
Feminism has taught us that we should be egalitarian and that whatever a man can do is what a woman can do. And unfortunately, baby, it's not. Your body is different. We can get pregnant. Men can't get pregnant. Women are.
You're right. Women can get pregnant, men can't. Both can catch STDs, but hey, that's only if you're being irresponsible with your seed. And not only that, a woman's value decreases the more bodies she racks up. A man's value goes up the more bodies he racks up. Just got to throw that in there. But I'm just saying, fair use.
More depressed now than we've ever been before. And that is not an accident. Society had said, you can do whatever you want. You can have sex with whoever you want. You can do whatever you want. The problem is, if you don't have any discipline, if you don't have any constraints on yourself and have actual self-awareness and responsibility of your own self, guess what? You're going to be empty. Younger and younger women are told it's okay to be sexual. It's okay to explore that. It's okay to just sleep with whoever you want. And no, it's not. You're not wired this way biologically. Hence, why we can only get pregnant once a year, basically. Why our bodies take longer after we give birth to then do it again. While men can literally inseminate every woman he sleeps with. Why would you want?
Yeah. So it's true. We're not biologically programmed the same. Our bodies are not the same. Men's bodies are not the same. Women's bodies are not the same. Okay. And it's about time that they acknowledge that. But I guess feminism wants to destroy that. Feminism want to tell women that, hey, you can have as many sex partners as a man can. regardless of regardless of the fact that y'all are fundamentally different physically. If men can sleep around, why can't you sleep around? If men can fornicate and be hoes on the streets, why can't we women do it? Simple. This is why women get bad reputations when they have a lot of options with men or got a bunch of men in their rotation, because women don't have to do much of anything to get men in bed with them. As a beautifully attractive woman, men are going to take one look at you and be like, hey, I want to sleep with this chick. I like this chick. So you're going to have way more options with men than we men will have with women. So that's why they get. So it's easy for you to get a man. That's why you get the bad rep that you get when you're promiscuous, because it's pretty easy for you to get a man. Compare that to us men, where we got to put in work to get women attracted to us. We got to not only look good, we got to talk good, smell good, the whole nine. We got to have proper game. We got to approach them properly. We got to make sure that we say all the right things or whatever. The whole nine. Bottom line, it's more work for men. That's why we get more of a good reputation when we're sleeping around, because we have to actually put in work to actually get women's attention, and there's no getting around that. But feminism is telling women to do the things that a man is doing, even though they know that big difference is going to destroy that narrative through and through each and every time. You can fuck around like a man can, but the thing is, you ain't gotta do shit to what you're supposed to understand is you ain't gotta do shit to get a man in bed. We gotta do a hell of a lot of shit just to get y'all in bed with us. Plain and simple. Now then, fair use.
Want to have sex with as many men as you like. You are devaluing your currency. You're devaluing who you are. And we're seeing women like these porn stars that are out there that are empty shells of who they are. I watched Lana Rhoades, I believe is her name, her podcast talking about the shameful things that happened to her on set, the things that she had to do. You could see the pain in her eyes. Why do you want to suffer the same pain? You need to take personal responsibility, personal accountability for the actions that you take. We are not victims. Women are not victims.
Correct. Even though they can play the victim game all they want to, but they know that they're not victims. Continue.
Life gets better on the other side. And I'm talking to the women who have tried it every other way. If you are perfectly content, if you have the best career, if you literally don't care, if you never have children or a marriage or anything, then great. Good on you. But if you're a woman who has been struggling, who has been wanting to have marriage and children, and you're suffering because of the hands of modern feminism, then please listen to what I have to say. Absorb this knowledge, share it with your friends, share it with other people, get the word out. We don't have to live that way anymore. There is hope on the other side of this, but it requires work. It requires intentionality. You can't just wish it to come true. It requires you to put in the work, to put in the self-work in order to make it happen. So that is my video.
Right.
I hope
you're damn right.
You guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe down below.
Like, subscribe to Rebecca Barrett. That was beautiful. That was marvelous. Loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. Shots fired, indeed. That was just marvelous. Shots fired. Oh, yeah. Now, if anybody wants to come up, the link is in the description. If not, I'll shut the stream down in the next, 20 minutes or so. Anybody in the back that wants to come up and speak their piece on anything, Our feminism was a lie. We're not protecting women anymore. So hey, anybody that wants to speak on it, feel free to go ahead. About to be wrapping up soon. So you want to speak your piece now? Come on up here. I'll give you time to hit the link and come on up here. All right, I'm back. Now then, as I was saying, that's the end of the video. And it's true. And guess I'll give my final thoughts. My final thoughts on this whole women not being protected anymore. Well, women created this society where they felt they didn't need a man for anything. Men are useless. Men are this, that, and the third, and they're not necessary. So what did they expect was going to happen? You can't spend years of your life bashing and thrashing men, and then you want to get pissed off when things don't go your way because there's no man to have your back and not hold you accountable for your efforts. Seriously, life just does not work that way. It just doesn't. If women want men to protect them, they have to show that they are at least worth protecting. That's exactly how that works. You can't go through life expecting men to just come to the rescue of random people that they don't know. That's somebody's husband. That's somebody's boyfriend out there. So why do we feel like men are just obligated to protect any and every woman? That's just nonsense. No, protect only yours. And if anyone want to get on a high horse, I say F you and go to hell for all I care. And that's my final thoughts on the whole protection of women. As far as feminism is a lie is concerned, yes, it is. What started out as women embracing their femininity and using it to cultivate our society turned into a society where women feel like they can do better than a man, don't need a man for anything. Men are useless. If they can climb the corporate ladder, they can do it too. If they can rack up a body count, yeah, they can do it too as well. Yeah, it's a real crapshoot out there, if you ask me. So yeah, feminism may have had good intentions in the first wave, maybe in the second wave, but the third wave and fourth wave, that's when everything went to shit. That's when everything completely went to shit after that. I don't know what's so funny, Angela C, but okay, thanks for coming back. But anyways, as I was saying, it's crazy. How does something start out with embrace your femininity, give women rights to vote, give women rights to work, but at the same time maintain your femininity to just simply abandon your femininity, abandon your self-respect, abandon your willingness to hold on. Abandon your willingness to raise a family and build a family structure and just go to the goddamn workforce and do the things that a man is doing. Anything a man can do, you can do better. If I can fuck around, I guess Angela C can do the same thing, not realizing that as a man, I'm built differently than Angela is. That's what they don't get. I mean, she's married, but I'm using her as an example. If she racks up a body count, her value is going to plummet and she's going to be considered damaged goods. Compare that to a man. I can sleep around with 1,000 women and still have plenty of value. And it's a common fact that women find pre-selected men more attractive than the non-pre-selected men. If you met a guy and he was still a virgin, which means no sexual experience, you not gonna find him attractive. But get with the guy that's had at least 4, 5, 6 partners. Yeah, pre-selected. You're gonna find him more attractive, more so. So no woman wants a man that's inexperienced or not pre-selected. Nobody wants that. No woman, not many women want that. Again, rules that women created. But women have this narrative they can do almost anything a man can do, and it's really screwing them in the ass. They're dropping out of the workforce left and right, up and down, because they're tired of working. They have kid after kid by different men because they believe body positivity, my body, my choice. I'll do whatever I want regardless. But yet when no dude wants to take your ass seriously, you're wondering what's going on here. You want to put all the blame on the men instead of putting the blame on your goddamn self. Take accountability for the fact that you brought into the 304 culture, hookup culture. Take accountability for the fact that feminism lied to you. Take accountability for your own fuckery instead of blaming somebody else for your fuckery. Plain and simple. Now, granted, some of them did realize it, but unfortunately, it was too damn late. And for some of y'all, it's just too late for you, you know? I don't know what to tell you at this point. Thanks for agreeing, Angela C. But for some people, it's just too damn late. They don't know what to do with themselves at this point. They brought into the lies. They brought into the fact that they could do it all. But when they wake up one day, realize they're almost 40 years old, single with no kids, they're going to look back on their lives and be like, where did we go wrong? And as far as us men being single and alone, we're okay with it. Because we don't need women for anything outside of sexual gratification. But, you know, we can't ask for that out of women because that would be misogynistic. That would be disgraceful. It's like y'all want us to be traditional for y'all, but we can't be, but y'all don't be traditional for us. I can't just say I want somebody to have sex with me. That's it, nothing more, nothing less. Kind of like how y'all women be saying, I want a man that's gonna pay my damn bills. No. So no, it's not equal treatment. It's just special treatments. And that's what feminism has done. Instill women with this desire to receive special treatments. Plain and simple. And it's honestly just sad to see. Man, oh man. But hey, this was a great show. I mean, nobody came up to my stream for whatever reason. I couldn't get an audience today. I mean, with the exception of the chat. Appreciate y'all for tuning into the stream. Shout out to my boy Killer Swag. Shout out to my boy Killer Swag. Get that bag. You don't care about them price tags. Shout out to Bronzeberg. What's the word? The things you say? Totally absurd. And shout out to Angela C. A real sight to see. Tell me, my girl, how you be? I know that feel kind of forced, but just bear with me, okay? Anyways, this is Hustler and Muscular, aka HNM, and you know what I do, giving you the truth straight out the booth. Hit it out the park like Babe Ruth, because that's what I do. All right, everybody, peace, take care, and stay safe in these streets. Oh, thank you, Angela C. Appreciate that. I should have been a rapper. You think I got a career in that? Anyways, even though you didn't come up to the chat, Angela C., and even though you didn't come up to the panel, Angela C., I appreciate you stopping by to give your 2 cents and watch my show from the clouds. I understand people are busy, it's late at night. I do what I can. But anyways, thanks for stopping in. Take care. Deuces.